Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of Venture Maidens, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Oh boy, I'm so happy to be here. It's been a while since we've played. So tonight we have an extra special treat for you. We're starting early and we're playing late. So this is going to be a 3-hour session, 3-hour dungeon delving, ass kicking session. And I hope it's me kicking the ass and not my players.
Love to hear it.
Love it. Love that.
Love to hear it. Hate to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, for those of you who are new, welcome. We are Venture Maidens, and we are playing through the official Wizards of the Coast Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign, which I had the pleasure of being one of the authors on. This dungeon we're about to play through specifically was one of the chapters I wrote in this book, so I'm very, very, very excited to see what everybody thinks. But yeah, also I should mention, this is a horror-based campaign and stream, so you are going to hear dark themes, things that are challenging, maybe hard to hear. Specifically for tonight, our content warnings are cannibalism, eldritch horror, madness, and then of course we have our general body horror tag on here. So if any of those are topics you are not in a headspace to deal with tonight, this may not be the show for you. But with that out of the way, let's dive in. Hey, everybody. My name is Celeste Konowich, and tonight I will be your Dungeon Master.
I'm Joe. I'll be playing Gob Herkenstone, your beastie barbarian warrior type.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm going to be playing Minerva Jinkabobble, your human wizard.
Hello, I'm Nassim, and I'm playing your Kalishtar cleric, Xena Orendi.
And I'm Sage, and tonight I will be reprising my role as Inga Selenin, your centaur druid.
And I'm Vincent, playing Veronica Carnell, your extra spicy, sass-filled Hexblade Warlock.
Oh, our crew is all back together, and we just had a big fight, and we're just gonna, everything is gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be fine for the last two chapters of this playthrough. I'm so sure. But before we dive into the recap, I also want to mention tonight we are doing a dice giveaway. So Joe of RPG Dice has generously donated yet another set of dice to give away. So here's looking at these beauties. Oh, these orange and black stained glass style dice. So we are going to be opening up this giveaway halfway through the stream. So at that halfway point there, we are going to basically put a code word out. You all have to enter the code word in the chat, and then we're going to pull the winner at the very end of the stream. So you have to stick around for the whole stream to enter to win these beautiful handmade dice. Joe, do you want to tell us a little bit the specs on these bad boys?
Custom. They are just like this beautiful, I don't know, tangerine, pumpkin orange, and finished in kind of like that sea glass matte style and inked in a jet black finish.
Mm-hmm. They feel real nice. The texture is real nice on these. So yeah. Yay, forbidden candies! So halfway through the stream, we will be taking like a 10-minute break as well, halfway through, since we are playing for 3 hours. So probably right after we come back from break, we're going to open up that dice giveaway. So incentivizing you to stick around for good games and good dice. So yeah, well, let's fucking get to it. Let's dive in. Before we do, we got to talk about what happened last time. It was a very long time ago, but it was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and try to recap what happened last time on Rime of the Frostmaiden.
There was a battle.
Oh, yes.
It was a long battle. The enemy
yes.
popped up out of the snow like daisies.
Wait a
Next
minute.
new shoe. Like,
We were
Coral
joined
was
by
flying around in the sky as a big bird thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mhm,
There were at
mhm.
least 100 people. No, I think there was like...
It felt like 100
It
with me
really
running,
did.
though.
Well, I can't remember if there was like 12 or 24. And
There
then
were like-
was,
There were like
20
40.
and then
there-
there was
There were like
also
20
the-
of the bad guys. We had like 10 plus us, and
Okay, I
then
can
all
look
of
at my
our
notes.
NPCs.
So
There
it
was a lot.
There was a lot. Yeah.
It was Tribe of the Elk. That was assisting us.
They were helping
right?
us.
Mhm.
And then there were a couple other the nomadic tribes, the wolf, I want to say,
Yes.
and
Tiger.
The tiger, yeah.
Yeah,
Queen
Tiger was fighting
Bjornhold
us.
of the tiger tribe.
I'll be on
Mhm.
hold the booty.
Her poor
yeah.
saber-toothed tiger. Was
Rest in
Very
rest in
intimidating.
peace. Yeah.
I think the tiger made it.
No, the
Rasa?
tiger.
No,
After
it
we-
definitely it
After
got
she
it got
died,
murdered.
yeah.
Mm,
After
that-
she
that
got
himbo.
killed, the
Headcanon.
himbo came up and just straight up murdered the tiger after it lost the will to live. After its master just yeah, and we were all mad about. We were more so mad about that than Oral at that point. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Uh-huh.
Mhm. Grava
Yeah.
the
Blew
saber-tooth tiger.
Her horn, right? Or was that Gob? Blew
Gob.
her horn?
Oh, yeah.
Kicked off the
shit.
battle.
We took
Was-
so much damage.
Blew
They're
up
shooting
that
too
horn of
hard.
blasting, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, that
Killed
happened.
5 people in the process after the two blasts, but did 40 damage to himself when it blew up after the second time because it was too hot to handle.
It was,
Too much blasting.
I
Yeah.
love how we're all like remembering parts of this fight. It was so long ago. We're like, oh my god, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my
It was a
gosh.
good fight. It was a really
It was a good one.
It was a
Yeah.
good
It
fucking
was-
fight.
It was like 3 rounds, but it was so intense every single round, and like each round was so long. And oh man, we just like got through 15 warriors in the first round because we're crazy competent
Yeah.
heroes.
Yeah.
So
Like, we're not fucking
on
around
my
anymore.
initiative notes, I had 27 entries of text, so of parties involved in the fight between all of the NPCs and everything you summoned, and those are clustered groups of warriors as well.
Mhm.
So just to give you an idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
There was
I'm
some
happy with that.
summoning. There were some tidal waves. There were some fireballs. There was just a lot of devastation that happened to like all of them. We're like, we're not messing around with any of y'all.
And,
Joe, please
oh,
please tell the most glorious moment of
Oh,
the
yes.
fight.
Velian, out of the goodness of her heart,
Played by
decided to buff me and transform me. I was a little bit wounded, beat up from getting backfired on, but yeah, I got transformed into a prehistoric woolly T-Rex out of nowhere, and then my teammates were so good. What all happened? And they made me fly.
And then
And
enlarged. So you were
Enlarged
basically like
even.
a flying T-Rex the size of a
Skyscraper.
Trosk. Like,
And yeah, Oral was preoccupied wailing on Xena, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
literally trying to take the soul from her body. Like,
God did
I was
his
just being her
best.
punching bag so you guys could,
Appreciate
Doing
that.
cleric
Pace
shit,
and
no
get the
worries.
job
Oh,
done.
that's
fine.
great
It's
shit.
fine.
Oh, God
Yeah.
bless them.
See, Gob snuck behind, did his best jaws, and took a chomp out. I think, right?
It took a big old chomp out of her, and she had melted away into a flurry of snow that scattered on the winds. And then we heard this very ominous voice that was like, "You fools! You've only killed my first body, and you will pay." And she had transformed into this like long-limbed completely ice shard body of this like crystalline snow form with this huge bitchin' ice crown on the top of her head, and she was like 300 feet tall.
In true Final Fantasy fashion, like,
I'm in my final form. Yeah.
right.
And had disappeared. And then we are standing in front of this glacier where we now get to say the rhyme of the Frostmaiden, since we collected the codicil of white, and we're gonna go hopefully explore this fabled nethery city underneath the glacier.
Hell yeah.
Well said. Yeah.
Yeah, great fucking recap. All right, yeah, that is exactly where we're picking up. So after this huge battle, where now you can see there are just bodies of the tiger tribe splattered across the snow at this point. So much of the snow is stained red. Arl has disappeared after her transformation and then kind of burst into these shards of ice and is gone. But she had made it very, very clear that she would be back to make you pay for destroying her first form. So with that, you now are standing here outside of this immense glistening wall of blue ice that's standing before you. It seems completely impenetrable, but then you notice that a lighter colored stripe nearly bisects the wall at one point of this glacial face in front of you, because you have traveled this far now to the Reged Glacier, and you have been told by Velian that if you read this poem, The Rime of the Frostmaiden, in front of this glacier, it will open up, revealing a way deep into the heart of it, where this Netherese city has crashed and is resting entombed in the snow. So all of you now, I think it's hard because you have been in like blizzard conditions for the last couple of weeks as you have been traveling over here. The wind has been roaring and it's just the constant noise and cold. It takes you a moment to realize that that has abated. It's calm here now after Oral has gone. Snow is gently falling. And if it wasn't for the carnage all around you, this might actually be a really beautiful place to be standing. And you see that the remaining members of the Elk tribe who survived the fight trudge over to you. And one of them, the elderly man you recognized as the dream speaker, the shaman of the tribe, is waving at you to speak with you.
Oh yeah, definitely would immediately run over to them and check up on how they're all doing.
Yeah. So Myrner was his name. He obviously, they all look bruised. They look like they've definitely been through a big fight, but you all managed to save most of their lives. Only a couple of them died over the course of this fight. So they're pretty pleased at this point. And Myrner looks at you all and says, You did it. You drove her back. That was incredible.
Hell yeah.
Gus like
did.
beet red.
You really must be the ones destined to end this eternal winter. He
I
looks
wouldn't
at you
go
all.
that far, my dear sir.
His eyes are watering.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
We just won the battle, not the war. Come on, get it together. Get it together. Like,
Yes, of course. Well, if there's anything we can do to help you further, perhaps we can guard your passage from this point on. You're going in there, right? And he kind of looks at this glacier. That is what I saw in my dreams. The great ice parting and a crack deep into the earth to an evil place filled with hunger.
Well, the way that you described that makes me feel like perhaps we should take a nap before we open up that can of worms.
right.
Second. Yep.
Long nap, hot meal, you know.
Minnie's just like stretching and just everything is cracking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yes, please, if you would not mind breaking camp with us, it would be good to rest and to see to each other's wounds and to learn from you all what has been happening here, because we have encountered a great many strange things.
Yes. Icewind Dale has never been a hospitable place, but as of late, it's much, much worse than it's ever been before. Evil things are stirring in the ice, below the earth, in the skies. But we will guard you as you sleep and rest and prepare to head where you must go. Though I must warn you, we cannot follow you into such a dark place.
You all did fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Go home, hang out.
You've lost enough of your tribe in this battle. Go home, mourn them, make sure their families know that they fought valiantly.
I appreciate that. But we will stay with you and guard you as you sleep. Once you head in, then we will return.
You think it would be better to crack the cube open and then hang out and like
Sleep
rest
in there?
Yeah.
Velian will say,
You just
shelter.
described all kinds of evil.
yeah, Velian will
Like,
point at that
seal.
statement and be like, considering if we are going down into something that deadly and dangerous and filled with hungry things, I don't think it's wise to open up the glacier at this point.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
let's set up a couple tents and take advantage of this kind of nice weather. It's the best we've gotten in a long
A
time.
long time, yeah.
Since we used a magic item to make it artificially nice for
Yeah.
a while.
I remember that day fondly until
Yeah.
we saw the burning body.
What a day.
This place.
Oh, yeah. So are we taking a long rest?
We
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
Yes, please.
That sounds great. I would love all my spells back, please. Thank you, DM.
Yeah.
I might recommend it. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure
I
you'll be
will-
fun.
Nope, we're definitely taking it with
All
our
right.
rage.
Yeah, and I won't roll for any random encounters or anything because you do have the elk tribe watching your back while you sleep. So they will patrol and sleep in shifts and take care of anything that needs to be done so you all can like optimize long rest.
Oh, tribe.
We fight off 15 yetis while we sleep.
Maybe just 2.
Some winter wolves to show up casually. It's fine. It's
Because
fine.
you all are in the far, far northeast, far away from 10 towns, way off the grid here. So this is prime monster territory, way out here.
Some dire yetis.
Yeah. All right. Well, does anything notable happen during the evening? I know Velian will go over to our friend Dazan and like kick him, and then he like wakes up from death with a gasp.
Damn it, let me pull up his character sheet again.
Damn! Let him die in the snow.
Thought he was dead.
No. Still
Xena
kicking.
probably just before taking her rest just offers some first aid to whoever needs it in their squad and crew.
Yeah. You see, and you know, a lot of the Elk Tribe warriors have injuries from the fight, but most are in pretty good shape. You do see that they take the 2 bodies, what's left of them, and drag them over towards some dog sleds and cover them and prepare them to transport back to their village. So, yeah. So they seem very grateful for the assistance.
I will have my accursed specter from the tribesmen that I murdered
Yes.
go and tell the chieftain all about his tribe and where their hunting grounds are and
Nice.
weaknesses. Basically, all the lowdown that they would need to know to combat them on equal or better footing. And he
Mhm.
definitely has to do exactly what I say.
Oh,
so
he hates it
Just
every
kidding.
second.
Yeah.
Every second. It's just, you know, it's like blood is like running down his ears, corpse blood, you know, from the nose, like as it's just the strain of trying not to follow your command the whole time. And I mean, now that the queen is dead of the tiger tribe, this would be a very advantageous time for the elk tribe to strike. So they're very appreciative. So it's going to
think
be,
of it as a reward.
yeah, you know, so it's going to be there. Who is the big himbo? Let's see, where is the himbo? Urinary. Hengar!
Victory favors the prepared.
I
Hengar,
don't
yes,
think that a
listens.
himbo would kill him. A big kitty cat was murdered by a himbo. Does he still have himbo status? I don't know. I think he
Oh,
lost
yeah.
his purity.
Probably not, yeah.
Little bit,
So
yeah.
He's just a
Mhm.
bro. He's just a bro now.
Yeah, he's a bro.
Yep. All right. Anything else notable? Oh yeah.
Well, I was thinking Gob, after licking his wounds for a little bit, if the weather's nice, he doesn't need to rest for too long before he gets bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So I think he'd kind of romp around the battlefield a little bit and give the corpses a sniff and see if anything kind of catches his eye. Maybe try to find the broken horn of blasting. See if anyone wants to play fetch with it, or
Oh my god.
Anyone want to play catch?
Throw it one more time. And maybe see if the what was her name? Bjornhold queen, if she had anything, special trinkets or baubles or anything.
Yeah, let's see if she had anything
stick.
on her.
A bully.
I don't think.
Throw me a bone there.
Right. A literal bone. Like, is that a femur? Give that here.
Yeah, I don't think she had anything too interesting. Unfortunately, because these tribes people, they have to walk great distances, and it's a very rough lifestyle they live, so they don't have a lot of stuff that they carry with them, only the bare necessities. So no, unfortunately, I mean, you can find basically any like simple weapons or hide armor or things like that you could find on them. But otherwise nothing magical, nothing really interesting.
Chewing a hide shield for a while before curling up next to I don't know if Minnie made her the mini bubble dome.
No, with these people watching, I'm saving that spell slot, baby. Minnie just kind of like creaked into that tent and like literally looks like she's dead, but she's just sleeping. Don't worry.
With a deep snore every 5 minutes. I'd be like, oh, okay.
Oh, good. She's all right.
Okay.
holding a mirror up to her face intermittently.
Right. Literally just like trying to see if she's still breathing every so often. Like, oh, okay, she's fine. Oh.
All right. So the evening passes. It's very, very quiet with all of these tribes people defending your sleep. I think you sleep better probably than you have in quite a while, with the good weather and knowing that somebody is looking out for you. And you are awoken by the sounds of the tribes people moving around, starting to pack things up. It looks like they are preparing to get out of here in a hurry.
Well, thank you, young men and women, for your wonderful assistance. Hopefully we'll see you again.
We are so glad that we can help such valiant individuals. And we wish you the best of luck in whatever lies trapped in the ice. But I will warn you again. There is great evil that has been sealed down there. Be careful.
Oof. You're an ominous one. I'll give you that.
Yep.
Kind of comes with the territory. He sort of waves the staff like the at you. That clatters with bones and feathers. Well, we will leave before you do whatever this is. Farewell. And everybody waves and heads off very, very quickly away from you, leaving you in the foot of this enormous glacier that defines the northern border of the world.
It's pretty big.
Big boy.
And Velian will, take...
Did it look smaller yesterday when you were
did.
giant?
It did.
Right. So much tinier.
And, with so much going on, there's a wall of ice in the background, but now you're looking hundreds of feet. It travels into the air for miles in both directions. It just seems like this great wall of just blue, frozen death in front of you.
Let's go.
Yay!
So much fun.
And Velian will slide the codicil of white out of her bag and sort of look around and offers it.
God, there's no
Didn't
God's
you
got
didn't
a
you
nose
want
ghost.
this thing, madam? Like, it's fine. I'll do it. Give it here.
You must read it
We're gonna
in
read this
front
in
of
my-
the glacier. That's supposedly how it works. It will open up and we'll see a way forward.
Good luck.
If I explode, I'm coming back to haunt you, just so you know.
I can't wait.
Neither can I. So Veronica will like flip through the page and like kind of look it over. It's just like, man, this sounds like a lot, but okay, here we go. She'll kind of turn around and look at everyone and be like, you might want to stand back just in case, because we don't know what's going to happen. So, all right. She'll look
Gotcha.
down. She'll like look at the glacier and like, you can tell that she's like nervous about the whole thing. She's just like kind of shaking it a little bit. Like, no, it's fine. It's fine.
You feel a little presence beside you, Gobs, right by your side.
Oh,
Stay-
she'll give you a little bit of a pat.
Yeah.
We bow to she who wears the crown. Let the world shiver with dread. Clad in winter's whitest gown, her snow enshrouds the dead. Her fury sheds but frozen tears as great clouds issue forth. Her winds across the wasteland sears, bringing blizzards from the north. Ice-kissed flowers caught mid-bloom, beauty kept in all its grace. Summer gone to its silent tomb, stealing in her cold embrace. All the world in winter's white, slithered in sleet and ice. Set upon never-ending night, she conjures paradise. Behold her everlasting rhyme, see how it covers all. Weep not for those she traps this time, beyond her glaciers fall. Sovereigns of summer's loss, generals of winter's war, long live the queen of cold and her frost. May she reign forevermore.
Yes!
Gob barks with enjoyment.
Yeah, the dog's like, no, not this demon magic!
How dare you? Don't summon it! Don't do it!
Your voice was loud there for a minute, so I got excited.
Xena scratches behind your ear. It's okay, boy. It's okay, go.
Yeah, and as you finish the last lines of this rhyme, there's a moment of silence where everybody kind of looks around at each other, not sure if it worked, and then the ground begins to shake, and the ice of this wall in front of you begins to vibrate, subtly at first, but louder and louder, as if like a big subwoofer is playing somewhere around, and you hear a crack as you see just this jagged line starts to appear in the face of this glacier. And a rumbling sound comes from deep within, and the noise reaches a crescendo as the great wall of ice parts. Through the crack, you can see an opening that leads inside the glacier, down into the dark.
Woof. Oh, man.
I
Who needs
guess
that
I
dark
did it.
vision?
Good job. Really good
Great
job, man.
inflection, dear. It was very, very well done.
That was my serious voice.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Velian's like, it worked. That's remarkable.
This is your plan from the beginning, madam. Like, I would hope it would have worked.
Well, I wasn't exactly sure. I mean, nobody has seen one of these cities or been inside this glacier in thousands of years. We're going to be the first people to enter and to see what lies inside. This is incredible.
And remind me, what are we looking for again? Is it a powerful sword?
So, the Arcane Brotherhood has posed that this is one of the locations, that one of the flying cities of Netherell, when something happened, when the civilization literally fell, the cities fell across the world. And some of these sites have been recovered and raided and, of course, dissected, taken away. But this if there is one of those cities here encased in ice, it is completely preserved. Who knows what kind of technology we can find in there? What sort of magics? The people of Netherrealm were incredible. They possessed magic our world can only dream of. Who even knows what we'll find in there? It's incredible. You've never seen her this excited
I will
about
remind
anything.
you.
Oh, yeah.
I will remind you, dear, that the whole point of this exposition is to stop Oral, not to get your hands on any forbidden or extra magic.
No.
I mean, but if we
We
find
are
some
here
along
for-
the way.
Both. We are teaming up here. Don't mistake, my intentions are not the same as yours. I do not care what happens to Icewind Dale. If you do happen to find some technology, some magic that can help, you are welcome to it. That is the agreement. You shall not stop me from accomplishing my primary goal. Do I make myself clear?
Mm-hmm.
And Dazan's like,
And you see Veronica
right?
kind of.
Yeah. Yes, that is our goal.
Oh, you'll see Veronica like
Quiet you.
turn to
Oh, here, I'm
Belly.
still here.
You'll see Veronica turn to Bellianne and just like, I really don't necessarily care where your goal is. My whole thing is for you not to become the same exact thing that we're fighting against as your kind are tend to do. And if you think that I cannot stop you, sweetie, you've seen the things that we have fought, and you're lonely bringing dead things back to life. I hope your magic works on yourself should you cross us in any way.
Velian just rolls her eyes and reaches into her coat pocket and takes out a gold and silver orb, which is the second time you've seen this. You would recognize this as Professor Scant, the orb that she specifically said we had to get off of the body of Nas Lantamir, who stole it at first. And she's like, if you're done, I'm ready to head in.
Lead the way.
Maybe in the back, though, a little bit. You are still a wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, let her go first. It's fine.
No.
We're breaking out.
Gob pushes out of the huddle and starts trudging for the entrance.
I'll be in the back.
Oh, great. Here, and Minnie just kind of like wraps her arm in arm with Xena, and she's like, you can help a whole old woman down this very fucking steep
Oh, of
trail
course,
here.
Minnie. Again, remember everyone, if you have any trouble seeing, just let me know.
Inga immediately holds out her
It
hands
was
like,
oh.
Dark vision. You get dark
Yeah.
vision.
Ah,
You
You
get
get
dark
dark
vision.
vision. You get dark vision. Sweet. And Minnie, much to your chagrin, as you step forward onto the ice, you see that the floor of this place is completely smooth ice, as if like a tunnel has been burrowed through ice itself. There's no rock or dirt, so it is going to be very easy to slip and fall.
Oh, make sure that we get a lawyer just in case there could be a
I'm gonna
lawsuit.
sue. I'm gonna sue the Caves of Hunger.
Would it be? Is it so steep that and so smooth that someone would be at risk of like going down a chute?
You could
Kinda accident?
slide.
Is it just like
You
an old
could
lady falling
slide down this tube if you wished. You could sit down and slide. It's about the same as
What
like.
if we couldn't stop ourselves.
I mean, if
Maybe
you're
we should
careful,
get a
so it's basically everything in here is difficult terrain. So if you move slow and carefully, you will be fine. If you move at full speed or do something silly, you may find yourself shooting down ice slides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with I guess since Inga has a climber's kit, so she would definitely would be like, I guess, leading the way and using Petons to sort of like dig in and make a point to be like, everyone go fucking slow.
Yeah. So also essentially how this works too is like it's fine to move down ice slides, but getting back up is going to be a whole other fucking thing. So you need a climber's kit and checks to climb up any of these ice slides. Cool. We ready to
Or
fucking...
the ability to fly.
Or you could just fly
Slow
and
and
just
steady.
be like that. You want?
You can just be like that, you know.
It's fine.
Really
Like this,
want.
I've been slaving all day over this hot dungeon. Like, how dare you?
Fine. Okay. Any other preparations we want to make before we head down into the dog?
Scared. No, I don't think I have anything that would be helpful to us. So let's go try not to die.
Hell yeah, cool. I'm gonna
Maybe
get
just
another
also
beer.
give us some temporary hit points.
I would never turn down temporary hit points.
Yeah. I'd rather do that while we're all in a radius together, not surrounded by enemies, which I would also grant hit points to.
That was
Really?
pretty
I
good
don't
to
think
me.
it does. To enemies?
It's whoever ends their turn in my radius.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
That's fucked up. Yeah, let's do it.
Gotta balance it somehow.
That's true.
I mean, we start high, you know? Start high and low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get all the buffs out of the way. That's good.
What are them hit points? Let me suck those up.
Yeah.
Plus, I can do that more than once, so.
Oh, nice. I think Gob's definitely gonna go first and test the waters. He's got those keen puppy dog senses. Knows when the mailman's coming before he even drives up. Yeah.
All right. As she sees you starting to go in first, she's going to channel her divinity and whisper into her chest plate tree symbol. And you will all get 12 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here for it.
Nice. You'll need it.
Just you.
Okay. So, we ready to begin?
Yes.
All right.
Go away.
So I'm going to give you all the general dungeon specs here. So unless I describe a room as otherwise, this is the situation in the dungeon. So most cavern ceilings are 30 feet high and made of smooth ice. Tunnel ceilings range from 10 feet high to 15 feet high, unless otherwise noted. So it's pretty cramped as we were moving through. These are like tunnels that have been burrowed in the ice, one might say. So very cramped, very confined, very claustrophobic. Darkness. All areas are cast in complete darkness, unless otherwise noted. Echoes. Because everything in this place is just made of ice, your sound travels so far ahead of where you are. It rings in your ears every step you take. Echoes like you're in a big marble hall. So it's going to be very, very difficult to sneak here. And then ice slides. Yeah. So many of the passages are severely sloped, creating ice slides. So descending is relatively easy. You can just move down. But like I mentioned, climbing is back up is going to be a hell of a time. Basically, you can do it for free if you have a climber's kit and time. But if you don't, then it's definitely going to be a matter of checks. So no running away very quickly in this place. With that in mind, you continue down this ice slope here, leading down further into the dark. And this is when you're beginning to hear that echoing quality. No matter how lightly you step or try, your footsteps carry and just ring out further down. Who knows how many tunnels are in front of you. You certainly can't see the bottom of this one. And I think you all instinctively go pretty quiet at this point and just sliding and crunching your way down. And finally, eventually, this claustrophobic tunnel opens up into a room. So let me see here. Okay. Oh, you know, the map, Strug. So eventually,
Oh,
this tunnel, and you look back behind you now, and you have climbed down a pretty significant entryway here. So if you were going to try and get back up to where you were, it would definitely be a huge ordeal, as you are now down further at this point at the bottom of the slope. And you come to a 30-foot high cavern. In its center, the remains of a wooden ship hull rest on the floor. So you're standing in this large cavern here, and you can see that there's a passageway to the left, to the right, another one to the right of you, and then another slide that goes kind of further. But in the middle of this cavern, it just looks like a galleon pirate vessel has been kind of dropped in the middle here of this cavern.
Is there dim light or is it pitch black?
It is pitch black. Everything is pitch black.
So us with the 300-foot dark vision can't even see this.
Yes, you can. You just see everything
you
in
can.
shades of black and
It's
white.
just like shades of gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, black and white.
So it's basically like the
Okay.
way like a cat might see in the dark. Yeah, so you can see
Okay.
this ship, and it's very odd. There are pieces of this smashed ship kind of scattered around, but it's a full like front half of a vessel that is sticking just up out of the ice.
Gob would walk up to it and maybe take a look at see if there's like a name on the vessel, or it's got maybe a figurehead.
Yeah, so you're looking at it, and it's. Why don't you give me an investigation check? Just see what you can tell.
Can I
Put on my reading glasses and
Can
Hey,
I
not bad.
assist him with my archaeologist?
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Minnie, come over here. I need strong eyes.
Sure, Jan. Like,
So is that rolling with advantage?
Yes.
Yeah, the first one's better. So 17 minus 1, 16.
Okay. Yeah, so as you were looking at the ship, you have never seen anything quite like this. From where you were at the back of this cavern, it looked like your standard ship, but as you're up close, you see that actually the whole thing is made of these metal plates that have been hammered together here, and you're like, this is so heavy. How could this ship ever move? And as you're looking at it, you realize there are no masts or anything on this ship. There are these weird, almost like the skeletal hands of a bat that are kind of stuck into the sides of these things and folded awkwardly and broken in some places against the sides of this vessel. And I think, Minnie, as you're looking at it as well, it becomes very clear to you that this vessel was never meant for water. It was meant to fly.
Holy smokes. Is this anything that like we would have ever seen or heard about?
No,
Or is this, like-
in Faerun, flying shit, like flying airships are not a thing in the world of Faerun, right? It's this is incredible technology. This is something very steampunk in this setting here. As you're looking now, and Gob, there's no like standard figurehead on this thing. There are these weird like swirling crown motifs and gears, and it's just bizarre. The more you look at it, the stranger it seems.
Huh. It's not my aesthetic.
Hmm. And you hear from Velian, who has also been circling this thing, and Dazan has gotten very close to her, and they're like kind of whispering and consulting with each other and looking at this vessel. The orb in Velian's hand hovers just above it and starts to glow with this gold light. Ah, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Netherese sky coach. I've always wanted to ride on one of those. Pity it's no longer in one piece. Says the orb.
Have we heard it speak before?
Very briefly, I think.
Oh.
I think it said something before Velian shoved it into her bag. Before.
I imagine
it's like little Timmy stuck in there. Extra, read all about it. Like,
I imagine that we were all, like really super hushed whispers.
tense.
And when this thing pipes up, it's like, your phone on
So
full
loud.
volume, just-
Oh my god, when you're in the movie theater and all of a sudden your phone goes off and you're like, fuck!
Dang it.
Turn the volume down on the thing.
I can't. But I think it's right. It's if this is a. I mean, how did it get down here? Where's the rest of the city? She's looking around the cavern, and there are a bunch of different tunnels all around here. It's so strange that it's in a pocket like this.
Wizards.
Well, you
I
should
think
go
Goblin-
inside.
Guys.
No.
And she
I
waves.
think
She
Goblin-
waves. You can see that there's the half of the cabin is still intact here, and there are doors that would lead down into what maybe would be a passenger cabin.
I would love to see inside. This is something that Biddy would have just loved. I'd love to see it for him.
aren't we on a time crunch?
I want to cast Detect Magic. Just to have.
Just to have one. Yeah,
It'd
for
be
sure.
a good idea.
Yeah. So when you turn on Detect Magic, as you are looking at this vessel, it doesn't emanate magic anymore. You think that probably at one time it was supremely magical, but now it is dead. It is a shell of its former use. There's no magic remaining in the ship. And it's hard to see at first because it's muted and hidden, almost like it's shielded by something. There's something inside that cabin that is magical. It's something small. You can't really get a read of what type of magic it is. Again, because it's shielded somehow.
There is something magical contained inside that ship. If we are to explore it, I obviously suggest extreme caution, and I shall accompany you to help you find it.
Xena, my dear, could you estimate how far it is from the outside to that particular item?
I mean, the
I
cabin
can't
isn't
quite determine that.
Yeah, isn't huge. It's like if you were to break, I'm just thinking the Seattle ferry, but which none of you really know what that means, but except for
Snap.
Joe. But yeah, if you took a big ferry ship and snapped it in half, and this is the front end. So what you're looking at is half of that passenger cabin that would have been on top of the ship here. So it's not huge. But there's a significant amount of space, a big room, the size of a gymnasium, maybe.
I will use Ghostly Gaze.
What is that?
Ooh, what's that?
Yeah, what's that?
Warlock shit. As an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects to a range of 30 feet. Within that range, you have dark vision if you don't already have it. The special sight lasts for 1 minute or until your concentration ends, as if you were concentrating on a spell. During that time, you perceive objects as a ghostly, transparent image.
Weird.
Hashtag location. So I can see through walls,
Oh, shit.
just to make sure we can.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you can get up to the ship and look in here, and as you see through this, the beaten metal hole that encases this thing, you see, rows and rows of benches on the inside. Of course, everything is tipped up now, because whatever broke and then things slided back. But these benches that have been bolted to the floor are in neat rows, where people might sit. Just on a coach, on a bus, on the inside here. And you see that at the far end, so against the ground, there are a lot of different objects. Everything that was loose. So you see newspaper stands that have been shoved to the back here. You see litter, trash that has piled up, recycling bins, things like that. And as you're looking through it too, the weirdest thing, it's this big metal box, the size of a small safe, or a mini fridge that has slid back and is piled on top of this thing here. And you also see that there are skeletons inside. So the remains of a few unfortunate passengers. It's hard to see, I think specifically. There's kind of a scattered mass of bones and cloth and dust that has covered these bodies, but they're all piled in this unceremonious heap around this box.
I relay all this information, just like, oh, there's a lot of bones there. Whether they died from the crash or they died from the box, it's proceed with caution, everyone. Do I see anything moving? That's kind of my major thing. Like,
no, and everything is covered
breathing.
in dust. Like, this has been this way for thousands of years.
Cool. If it seems clear from the description, I'll be like, all right, I'll go get the doodad. And he's got all sorts of freaky deaky movement speed and strength now, so I think he'll monkey on up the side of this thing and get to I assume it's kind of like crack down the middle and
yeah, so it's like the two doors that basically you have to shove them open because you're walking down into the ship right at this point, so you're kind of rappelling down to get to where the safe is at the far bottom. So you open up the doors.
Keep your eyes on me.
Yeah, and you can climb easily using the benches as sort of a rock climbing wall to get to the bottom safely.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'd probably kick some of the bones away and get at this box.
Yeah,
respectfully kick the bones
respectfully
away.
kick the bones away.
It's fine.
And as you get down there, your feet crunch against all the litter and some shattered glass and all the garbage that was thrown to the bottom of this. And you kick some of the bones out of the way. And you do notice, God, that they are wearing really weird clothing. It seems, and the fact that it hasn't decayed at all is also probably occurs to you as a little bit weird, but like when you imagine like 70s and 80s alien space movies, like those like big silver and gold suits with like very strange geometric jewelry, it's weird. So as you kick away the skeleton, some of that, that crinkly fabric and shit, you just have to get out of the way and you can look at this box. Yeah.
Strange fashions, that's fine.
Yeah. And the box in front of you, it's definitely, it's made of very, very solid metal. Maybe steel? It doesn't look quite right for that, but in gobs, that's the best approximation you've got. And you can see that it has a dial on the front of it. And there are numbers. Actually, what languages do you speak?
Well, I speak Common, Dwarvish, Giant, and Gnomish.
Okay, there are symbols on this dial. About 50 of them that you've never seen before.
Can I heft this thing? This damned puzzle box?
Can you lift a 200-pound iron safe?
Yeah. I have a +8 strength. Saving throw +5, so a 20 strength. I don't know if that.
Let's see. There's like a calculation for how much you can lift.
I can get real mad about it.
As Gob is like hurling around down there, and Inga will call it, "What do you see?"
Oh yeah, Inga can lift a billion pounds. So
right. Oh, yeah.
Sage's idea is like we put some ropes around that, strap it to Inga, help Inga brace, and then she'll just like pull it out of there. Is Sage's thought, but
okay,
because she can carry like 700 pounds.
You're a centaur. Just drop kick it through the wall.
Yeah, I guess I'd call back. There's a bunch of David Bowie corpses down here, and a big box. And
who's David Bowie?
There's a guy. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And Gob has the standard 50 feet of rope, so a little bit of back and forth. I think he'd cinch up a basic harness for this thing, and here we go. Toss out the rope.
Yeah.
Help from the butt. Just don't drop it, please.
Don't stand under it, please. Like.
Yeah,
oh my god. Yeah. So yeah, you begin to haul this thing out, and because you are having to pull it out an up at this 180-degree angle. It is a lot of work. It's going to take some time,
Yeah.
and it is not quiet, I will say. So everybody else who's outside, what are you doing in this as Gob and Inga struggle to get this gigantic box out?
Ooh. Another thing too is for all of you for party knowledge, I can have per day 3 hours worth of pass without a trace.
Mm.
So whenever you all think that would be good, just let me know because I can make us real quiet.
Pretty good.
All of us? That's nice.
Yeah, as long as
you
you're
stay
with-
really
Sneak
close.
yeah, as long as we stay close together, then yeah.
So, like right now, hauling a box out, you couldn't all realistically get past without trace.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. Yeah.
One thing
So-
before the box gets too high up, Gob would pull out that big golden key and just touch the box key
As
just to
you're-
see for his
As you're
own.
looking at it, you're like, damn, there's no keyhole.
You never know with
There's
magic.
just this freaking dial.
Gotta try.
Yeah, you're honestly, God's probably never seen a safe before, right? So
I
this
mean,
is like a
maybe,
magic
yeah.
box with
Some magic
no
puzzle box. Yeah.
lock. Weird.
Yeah, I'll let the eggheads figure it out for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of eggheads, what are we doing right now while the other two are inside? So, Veronica,
was-
Xena, and Minnie.
Veronica was gonna go help.
Okay, Veronica's
Oh.
helping. That will help make things
Yeah.
go easier.
I got
so-
this. It's fine.
Minnie and
Uh,
Xena, what are you doing?
I think standing back, waiting to see this exciting find. Minnie's just watching the other entrances into this cavern, kind of trying to make sure that nothing creeps up on them.
Same.
Wise. Did you each take a different entrance?
Back
Sure.
to back.
Yeah.
Scanning our sights.
Regina and Minerva, an
Mhm.
unbeatable duo.
So why don't
The
you both-
weirdest Charlie's Angels
Yeah,
pose.
really weird. But it's happening. Why don't you both go ahead then and roll perception checks for me with advantage?
Okay.
Okay.
I got a 15.
I got a 22.
Wow, nice. Okay.
Wisdom.
Then you definitely, all of a sudden, everything's good. Everything's fine. You hear your friends grunting and heaving and swinging this box around on the inside. And you start to hear clattering sounds coming from both of these passageways almost at the same time. And the clattering sound, it's like something hard bouncing on ice. So it's like a clink, 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 clink. And this registers to you in a moment. And you see suddenly from both directions, because it's completely dark, this green and red flame that comes from both sides as you see creatures flanking you here. And you have just enough time to take all of this in as you see human-sized skulls, 2 from the left, 2 from the right, encased in these flames of green with these red pin eyes. And
Oh, we're fucked.
they
Ugh.
start going and like chattering their teeth together as they bounce towards you. I need everybody to roll some initiative right now.
How
still
far
gonna-
away are they from where we're standing in the center?
Not very far, because this cavern is only, let's see. I have a map. Let me do my little,
Oh, shit.
oh yeah. With my grid, 1 square is 5 feet, so 5, 10,
Please.
15, 20. It's only a 30-foot wide cavern.
Nice.
And they've popped up from these tunnels that you're not sure where they came from, but there are 4 total of these things. It's about 15 feet away from you on the right, 15 feet away on the left.
Can you please clarify so I know my level of terror? When you say human-sized skull, do you mean a skull the size of a human? Or
No, they're like a human's skull. So
okay. Okay.
they are tiny. Technically, they're the size of like a human skull, but they are wreathed in green flame and red. They don't seem
Green
awesome. You know, green flame. They don't seem awesome. Who got the highest, they think?
Gob got a dirty 20.
Okay.
I got a
Veron-
21.
Veronica's at
Ooh.
19.
19.
Oh. Inga also got a 19, but you probably have a higher dex.
My dex is 14.
Oh, mine's 16. All right,
Oh,
I'm
there you go.
first.
Okay, so
I got a 15.
yo wizard.
Velian got a 10. If I'm still
Oh right,
controlling.
Dazan is here.
Yep.
Dazan,
You forget.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
It's great.
Oh shit, he got a 20. Look at him go.
Wow.
Wow.
Go get him, Tiger.
Get him. 20 for
With-
design.
His 24 hit points.
Okay.
Armor class 10.
Fuck, sorry. Who was the 21?
Me. Xena.
Xena, okay. So 21 for Xena, 20 for Gob, 20 for Dazan, 19 for Inga, 19 for Veronica, 15 for Velian. No, Velian got a 10. Fuck. Who's the 15?
Damn.
Oh,
Minnie.
that was me.
Minnie, okay.
He actually got a 20.
For Dazan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and then let me roll some stuff for. Let's have them go in groups of 2, shall we?
There are 4 of them, right? You said?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Neat.
My boys, group 1, and then my boys, group 2. Oh, group 2's fast. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. All right. Neat. So Xena, you notice this happening, and I think just you and Minnie at this point have actually seen these things. You see that Dazan and Velian are still huddled together. They've opened up some books and are talking to the Professor Orb and each other and noting things down, like on a rock beside the ship at this point.
Everyone, we have some guests arriving at these entrances. Please, have your wands at the ready.
Wands at the ready. Swish and flick.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it begins.
So you hear
Um,
Xena say something very politely to you all. I don't think Gob. So just the 2 wizards, right, would have heard you. Say
Yeah,
that,
I suppose
think.
because if
Yeah.
they're not in my line of sight, otherwise I would use mind link to warn them.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. No, they're not.
Um,
They're grunting and heaving a big metal box.
Yeah, I don't want to like give away our presence too much. I guess the chattering might be very loud. I don't know. We have guests.
What?
Eh?
Inga's like dripping in
swinging
sweat.
like this 200-pound box.
Okay, I think we're almost done.
Well, hurry up. They're not far.
This is the nicest conversation ever during a battle. Like, oh my god, but could you like hurry up? We might die.
Okay, I think that's probably enough for 6 seconds. So, are you doing anything else on your
Yeah,
turn?
can I make I guess an
Arcana would be
check
Arcana
to
would be the check.
identify what they are? Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Great. 11.
Yeah, you're looking at these things bouncing, and they are definitely skulls and encased in magic, and you get that icky feeling looking at them. You're like, these are undead. These are definitely undead. I don't think with an 11 you know exactly what they are, but you're like, this is some fucked up magic undead nonsense.
Cool. Then we're gonna turn undead.
Neat.
Oh,
Yeah. So they're if within my 30 feet radius, then they need to make a wisdom saving throw. DC
Okay.
13.
Okay. Wisdom. Let's see. 1 fails. One
It's
fails.
destroyed.
It's destroyed?
if it's a low enough
Mhm.
CR, I think.
What's the CR? Yeah, what's the CR
Oh yeah,
limit?
what is this? It's 1.
No.
Shit.
They're not. Oh, no.
I
Yeah.
tried it though. She
Excited
was like,
now.
it's
It's like,
dead.
no, it's gone. It's
That
dead.
confidence is
Yep,
good.
it explodes.
Right, it's fine.
Just because you say it with confidence. So the
I
two-
believed you.
so the 2 on the right are affected by.
Oh wait,
your
excuse me. I misremembered. It is instantly destroyed if the CR is lower than the threshold of your level. So
What does that mean? That doesn't
that
mean
does that mean
anything.
lower than level 8?
There's like a table.
There's got to be a table here because that doesn't mean anything mechanically.
Because that'd be super.
Yeah, the table. Oh, okay, that's why I thought it was 1. Because I'm 8th level. It says 1 or lower.
Ah, yes. So no.
Okay.
These things are not CR1.
Okay.
So but they are turned. So give me 2 of them are turned. The ones on the right, the 2 on the left are not. They have made their save. I'm assuming. What was it?
13.
Yeah, they definitely made it. So what is the effect even if they're not destroyed?
They have to try to run away. Immediately where I lost my place. Da-da-da-da. They must try to move as far away of you as possible. And can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reactions. For its action, it can only use the dash action or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving.
Neat. Yeah, so you see Wes, what are you doing with your turn? What do we actually see Xena doing for your turn undead?
Well, she again whispers to her holy symbol in her chest, and the sparkles and glitterly light blue magic emanates from her, and she starts like a conductor telling you to make its way over to the skulls and sort of like Mickey Mouse with the brooms.
Fantasia, yeah.
Fantasia moment, telling them to trot away.
Yes. So you do, and your magic, your purple blue sparkles hit the green and red magic encasing these things, and it battles for a moment, and you see the green and red of these skulls gets very muted, and there's this chattering clattering as they just start rolling back the way they came. They're not bouncing. They're just it's like a gust of wind. Your magic is pushing them back down the tunnel from whence they came. Anything else for your turn?
That'll be it.
Okay, neat. And then, so Gob, we move to you. You kind of heard Xena say something about visitors, but I mean, you're holding you're helping Inga right now. You got a lot going on, and this box is probably about halfway to where you need it to be at this point.
Am I really helping too? I mean, if it's at an angle, I imagine most of the work is being done on the Inga side of things, to be honest. So I think if my intuition says that, danger's a brewing, my ears perk up.
Danger is a brewing. Your intuition would
I
probably say.
Take my hands away, and the crate's, exactly where it is, or even going further. I'm like, oh, well. And I think I'd scramble up, get on the crate, climb up the rope right quick if I can. So it gets, I think, 45 pounds heavier for a moment. I'm so sorry.
Inga can lift 700 pounds.
Toddler,
She'll be okay.
But for my movement, can I get up to the rope and, pop my head out and see what's going on?
Yeah, I think that would probably be your whole movement to get up and out and to the edge of the ship, right? And then looking down at what's happening there.
Okay, if I have a good vantage point, then I'm like, oh shit! And I grab the heavy crossbow I think I picked up off the Duergar, cock it, load it, and it is a magical weapon. It's a +1, and I think if I see flaming, chattering skulls,
You do. You see 2 of them on the left-hand passage.
I'll take 2 shots if I can.
All right. Please tell me. It might be difficult because there are skulls wreathed in flame. But what is a unique feature of this skull that you were firing at?
Ooh, it has a bunch of gold teeth.
Ooh,
maybe not gold, metallic. We'll say, just so you don't have to.
Metallic teeth. Yeah, it's like all its teeth were pulled and replaced with these platinum, shiny
Platinum works.
teeth. Maybe they were dentures. Who knows? Weird.
Let's see. First shot is 19.
A 19 will hit the skull.
And the second shot is a 10.
Okay, the 10 misses. It's a very small target, and you're very far away, so it just clatters against the ice, which sounds like thunder, by the way.
Yeah, I imagine it's a disconcerting sound. Max damage. I got that's 13 magical piercing damage.
Woo!
And one of them, yeah.
Hell yeah. So you...
Yeah.
Yeah, you shoot into this thing. It is still, despite the fact that it's magic, it doesn't seem to do as much as you would like to this thing. But you do. Your bolt sticks into this thing, and you can see like a spider fracture over, like the right eye socket. And the flame then just jets up and eats through the rest of this bolt. Anything else for you?
I'll hang tight. Maybe grab the rope and help. Double time, try to get it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then we come to Dazan.
All right. Dazan is going to do a classic, and he is going to cast Magic Missile at the lefties that aren't running away.
All right. Are you shooting at Metal Teeth, or are you shooting at the other one?
Yeah, let's do Metal Teeth. Let's gang up on them.
Woohoo!
All right. So that's 4, 5, 8 plus 1, 2, 3, 11 points.
Nice. Yep, force damage. That's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think Dazan, he has the book open, and he seemed shocked that something would attack him from behind in a dungeon. He's probably never been in a dungeon in his whole life. As he turns around, he's like, and just throws out his hands, and a bunch of these little black skulls come shooting out that look like the magic missile. And he's like, yeah.
Not a great field wizard.
Yeah, I'm a research wizard. I'm not a field. I'm a lab wizard. Hell yeah. And then that is going to bring us to Inga. So you are the only one lifting this box, apparently.
I said I was helping.
Okay, Veronica and you are lifting the box. Gob is gone.
On it.
Gob is not
One
helping
hand crossbow, one hand rope.
Gob disappeared.
Oh goodness.
You're left holding the box.
So Inga with the rest of her mind, I imagine it's kind of like strapped, like she has these like ropes strapped around her like chest like a backpack, and she's like heaving forward. So she's going. I mean, I don't know if you want that to be an action to make an athletics roll. Like I don't know, but she's gonna try and make it.
And yeah.
Okay. I mean, she's basically just gonna try and like running and like pushing and trying to make it up the rest of the way before she can just like throw the ropes off and go and see what's happening.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think, let's do an athletics check. And if you do well enough, I'll just say that's going to be your movement for the turn.
Okay. In that case, she will use an action and she's going to cast guidance on herself. And she's just like,
fuck,
I got this. She like, she just like gets down low and she digs her little reindeer feet into the ground.
Would she get advantage from Veronica?
Oh,
I am technically helping.
Well, are you going to use your
Fishwife.
action to help, though, is the thing. No, I don't think so. Because you have to use your action to provide the help, technically.
All right, that is a 16.
A 16. I will accept it. I think you are used to a life of manual labor in Icewind Dale. You've been getting buff, pulling all your friends around the goddamn Icewind Dale at this point.
For real.
Yeah.
So what does it look like? So this is going to take your whole movement, but I'll say you can get the box and you can like get off the ship. So what does that like burst of athleticism look like?
Oh yeah, she gets down really low with her legs, and you see her little reindeer feet just like digging into the ground as you hear the sort of clops of like the nails sticking out of her shoes to try and get that like extra traction as she's like using these benches to like pull herself up, and like just like in a final big huff just like shoves this stupid fucking box onto the ground. She just kind of sits there for a minute. And then she gets up and then she's looking around because that's all she can do for her turn. Well,
Yeah.
actually, she'll use her wild shape to take on one of her starry forms. That's her bonus action, and she will turn into the archer one, so she can see like her arms look like this bow and arrow array of stars, and she's like poised and ready to take a shot at something.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you crash down onto the ground, and I think the box is so heavy that when it lands, you hear the splintering of ice on the floor where you dropped it. So it's in its own little like crater dent. And you're on the ground at this point. And then Veronica, we come to you. So sort of the same situation as Gob and Inga. It's basically going to take all of your movement to just get down from the ship. And then these things will be, 30 feet away from you.
All right, so hearing that clearly there's an issue, Veronica will use all of her movement to get on top. Seeing the flaming skull, she's like, oh, these definitely weren't what I was expecting down here, but we'll have to deal with them anyway. And she'll like raise her hand, and then you see this like kind of circle come behind both the skulls, and this like humanoid-esque creature with like giant claws appears out of it. I'll use a summon aberration like I did against her queenly ship in the last battle.
Yikes.
It's 120 or no, it's 90 feet. So it literally just appears right behind him as it's like creature comes out, and it looks like it literally looks like it is made out of the ice in the cavern itself. It's like completely see-through, and you can see the gleam off of its like claws as it like starts to strike at both of these creatures.
Hell yeah. Does it look? It looks different than the last aberration you summoned. It's a different one you've amalgamated.
No, same kind. Yeah, same kind, but like this one's actually looks like it was just made out of the ice from the walls.
Cool.
Like someone made a big ass ice sculpture, and it's just like moving towards them.
The worst ice sculpture ever.
Everyone is here for it. It's fine. So the first attack's a 16.
Are you attacking Metal Tooth, or are you attacking the other one?
I'll attack Metal Tooth. Yeah.
Okay. Then a 16 will certainly hit.
Yay! All right. 9, 5, 12. So 17 damage for the first strike.
Oh, ooh. Ow. What kind of damage?
Oh yeah.
It's magical slashing damage.
Okay.
Essentially.
Slashing is good.
Yep. And then next attack. Oh, so that's a nat 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
Let's see what we get.
Baby.
17. That's 30 damage as it just shoves its claws through the back of the skull.
Woo! All right. How do you want to destroy this flaming skeleton head?
You see it shove basically both claws through the back of it and then rip it right in half.
Hell yeah.
Just turns it into spaghetti. It's fine.
Yeah, it just parts into dust as this thing just tears it apart. And the one that is still bouncing up kind of turns its pinpoint, red eyes at this aberration and chatters a bunch and looks back at the rest of the group. You can't tell what expression it has because it's just skeleton bones.
Right. Cindy, this is bones.
This is bones.
This is
It does not look
bones.
pleased. You're not sure how you know that. All right. Hell yeah. And then, was that it for you, Veronica?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So now it is this bouncing skull's turn on the ground, who is like, uh-oh. So, you see its eyes glow bright red, and there's this huge flash of light as a fireball comes hurtling towards you, all which are standing right there. Every single one of you. I can capture with this, my friends. So,
I guess it's a huge radius, isn't it?
mm-hmm. a 20-foot radius sphere. So and you all got down off the ship. The cavern's only about 30 feet. Yeah. I'm getting you all, kids. So here we go. I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw. Ooh.
I'll get that danger sense.
What is it
18.
called? Resistance? What's my save? Yeah, resistance. On myself.
Okay, the save is 13, so just let me know.
Got above.
Ooh.
Above.
Gob and Villian both succeeded.
Nice.
Villian just barely.
Don't forget about those temporary hit points, everyone.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Katie, are you talking?
Nina for president.
You muted.
Me?
Katie.
Oh, I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
Neat.
For myself.
All right. So everybody who failed is going to take 36 points of fire damage. Everybody who passed is going to take 18 points of fire damage, unless you have something crazy. Like evasion. Or if you're resistant and you took the full thing, then you're taking 18. Cool.
Not bad.
All right. Yeah, so this like huge gout of flame washes over you all, but very quickly you see the ice and the chill of this place suppresses the flame, though there is some mist, that rises off of the fire hitting this icy cavern here. Yeah, so this thing apparently is magic, which is going to bring us to Minnie.
Yeah, so I think Minnie has her arm up, kind of protecting her face from the fireball. And as she pulls it down, there it is, that grandma stink eye staring right at him.
Oh,
and she's going to
man.
cast Mind Spike.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going
Ooh!
to be a DC 16 wisdom save.
Okay. And tell me, what is a defining characteristic about this thing?
I
Metal
think
teeth
he's
is dead.
actually got like a weirdly carved butt chin into his bottom section.
Interesting.
cleft.
So his part of his skull was the butt chin. Wow, that is
Oh,
a
no.
defined
Well
feature.
Mhm.
So yes, as you, I'm so sorry. What was that save I had to make? I got so distracted by the butt chin.
It's a DC 16 wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom saving throw. I only got a 12.
This thing is literally the
Oh,
crimson chin because it's
I
on
have
fire.
resistance. I have magic resistance. So 17. There we are. I passed.
Oh, dang. I got really good though, so I'm a little sad. But that's still gonna be 11 points of psychic damage.
Ooh,
I got an 8 and 8 and a 7.
Do
Wow.
I
Don't
do
you get,
take psychic?
The absorb elements damage in there too?
I think that's only melee, isn't it? I don't
I don't know. I
know
don't
that
think
I
I've
want
ever
it with
used that
fire.
spell, to be quite honest.
It's a melee attack.
Oh, okay.
But,
Mm.
What's
Yeah.
a melee attack? I'm a wizard.
Right.
at
With your purse.
Hit things with your bag. Yeah.
yeah, but you see, your damage does affect this thing, and the eyes in its skull spin around as if they're confused and unfocused for a moment as your mind spike confuses this thing. And it shakes it off, and you see it actually shakes its head back and forth and relights its flame and continues forward. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right. Then we come to Velian, and then it's back to the top.
Mm. Well, so how is this thing looking? Does it look like it's been
It's
through a
hard
bit
to
of a doozy?
tell, since you don't have any clear flesh markers or anything of pain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It has taken a
Slut
couple of
chin
hits.
cracked. Fair enough. Okay. Well, Velian will dust herself off and pull that wand of magic missiles from her little holster, and I think she'll spend 3 charges to upcast it to
Neat.
3rd level.
Wands at the ready.
Yeah.
She is so much better than the simulacrum.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So much better.
That's-
personality.
Literally
And
everything
literally
about
everything
her.
about her.
That's 5d 4 plus 5. That is 18 points of force damage blasting into this thing.
Yeah, that is what does it look like when Villian explodes this thing?
I think they're little angry kobold faces, made manifest out of magic that just,
Oh, eat at it,
for each
little.
bolt.
They're so cute.
And then one's undead. It's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
little whales on it. Oh, good. Yeah, so the little kobold magic missile faces just explode this thing. And just like the other, they have shattered. So both of these things are dead. You do know that 2 are turned, though, and that's not going to last for a super long time. So you have a moment here to decide what to do about that.
Like,
We get ready.
ourselves and line up our shots for when they show back up.
Right.
Okay. So you have 1 minute, basically.
Line ourselves at the entrance and just wail on them the second they enter.
But let's
Yeah.
spread out so we don't get hit by another fireball. Yeah.
How big is this cavern? Can we even spread out?
Yeah, it's like
Is that a
30 by
thing?
20 feet with a big ass ship
Not-
in the middle.
Not really.
So
Mm-mm.
if you
Well,
all want to
I
have
tried.
line of sight, you're not exactly going to be able to really spread out. All
You
right.
could grab the box, go down a random tunnel, and start sliding our way out.
Just slide the fuck
Grab
out of
the
here
box.
with the box. I mean, Inga can lift the box for sure.
I mean, if we do pass without a trace and we just leave.
We'll pick a tunnel. That one.
Sure.
Do any of you, as they say, book nerds, knows what they are? If Xena was able to turn them, are they able to also come back from the dead?
Let me tell you if I know that. I'm going to roll Arcana.
Ah!
23. I'm very smart.
Oh shit. So you would recognize these things as something called flame skulls, which are basically yes.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
when a
I promise I'm not making this name up.
I am
but they are
not.
called flame skulls.
Wizards are not very imaginative, I know.
Yes. So you know that flame skulls are typically wizards or arcane casters or whatever who, when they are murdered and then bound into service, can become these things. They're created to be these things, usually to guard something very valuable. And you would also know that flame skulls are very pesky undead. They do, in fact, come back to life if left to their own devices. So let me see. What was the rules again on that? It's
You gotta sprinkle holy water on
yeah,
them.
a flame skull shattered fragments reform unless they are splashed with holy water or subjected to a dispel magic or remove curse spell. So there's where the fuck
Put my
is
necklace
the?
on them, and it'll.
Oh yes. So you will know
Don't
that
you take that off. Don't you do it.
if a flame skull is destroyed, it regains all its hit points in 1 hour. Unless holy water is sprinkled on its remains or a dispel magic or remove curse spell is cast on them.
Would we have to dispel magic on every single one,
Yep.
or just do? Bitch. Okay. Xena, you know how to make any holy waters. That's something they taught you at cleric school.
I mean, I've seen water be blessed. I don't know if that's an actual spell.
It is not something that you can actually. I think there is a
Okay.
spell for that.
I think
And I
there
do not.
is.
Yeah.
I believe. Let me check my inventory because I
I've
might
got an
actually
idea.
have some holy water.
What if we open this container and put the remains inside?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
That's
But
Yeah.
first, let's kill these other motherfuckers.
All right. That's a cool plan. But with that, we are halfway through. So I figure now, before we deal with round 2 of Flame Skull Fight, is a good time. We are going to take a 10-minute break. And then after that 10 minutes, we will be back and open up our dice giveaway. So definitely come back in 10 minutes, open up that dice giveaway, and see what the hell happens from here. So we will be back in 10 minutes. So at your time zone, 45 p.m. or a.m. your time zone. So
Checks out. Yeah.
we'll see you
That's
then. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll be right back. everybody. Welcome to part 2 of episode 17 of our Rime of the Frostmaiden playthrough. So we are delving deep into dungeons, and it's full of skulls and treasure. Yay, dungeons! So before we dive right back into the action, it is time to open up our dice giveaway. So like we mentioned at the top of the show, we have another awesome set of RPG dice from Joe. You can see on the screen. Oh, look at these beauties. These sea glass finished handmade dice from RPG Dice spelled with a Y. So we were gonna give you a code word. You have to enter that into the chat, and then you have to stick around to the end of the stream. And don't forget, we're playing late. We're playing to 9 p.m. Pacific time, midnight Eastern time. So if you're not gonna be here, maybe don't enter. Who knows? But Sage, what is that code word to enter to win these dice?
Our code word this evening is #PSL.
Oh yes,
Pumpkin spice latte.
Going back to basics, everyone.
Yes.
At
Tis
least
the
2 of
season,
us worked at
everyone.
Starbucks for many years, so eat shit and deal with it. We love pumpkin spice. #PSL. So enter that code word in the chat to win these dice, and we'll pull that winner at the very, very end. And of course, definitely make sure to go to rpgdice.com, dice spelled with a Y, and check out all the awesome stuff Joe does, and give him a follow on Twitter, because it's super awesome that he is donating these. So, with that, let's get back into the action. So that plan that we had right now, what I heard is that we are basically waiting for these other 2 flame skulls to come back from the turned, and then we're going to shove them all in the locked box.
If we can open it.
If we can open it, we're going to shove them out. You do have an hour from their death to do that, so if you can
That
get
or
it
we
open,
could
you know?
bolt, and if they find us.
But what if that
Never
special
find
magic
us.
thingy inside could help us kill them?
True.
You think
buy
you
some
can
I don't
time
know
open
to
that
get
they
it
were
open.
that difficult, but like, all right,
Oh.
fuck it, let's kill them.
Yeah, I
Alright.
want to try what we can, because if these motherfuckers keep coming after us and they just like show up while we're fighting her goddess, I
do
will
you
be fucking
mean?
pissed.
They would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a murder dungeon.
They're all murder dungeon. This is a murder book. Like,
Yeah.
Yay! You have
Mhm.
been fine. I've only technically killed 3 of you, and you were fine.
We got better. Yeah.
It's D&D 5e. You'll be fine. All right.
Fine.
So then you are waiting now for
I
these
think
other 2 to pop up.
Everyone, I think we're all ready in actions. We saw where they, pissed off to, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Gab will get his crossbow out. Velian, charge up her wand.
Okay. So you're
Ranka's
basically
gonna go like behind the corner of like where they're like coming down, just axe at the ready. Like, let's go.
okay. So you all are like readying actions for when they appear.
Yep.
Mhm.
So then I think in that case, they don't have a ton of hit points, and you all are pretty intense. So I am very comfortable with saying that as these 2 flame skulls that were, hiding, and then they go, ah, and they can finally come back forward, that all of you in a barrage of spells and swords and just magic tomfoolery can just explode these remaining 2 flames. I don't think we even have to roll dice. I think it'll be a slaughter fest as this happens. So, boom. You now have 4 incinerated, blown chunks of skull littering the ground that in an hour will flame up once again.
Collect up all the bits and pieces into a big pile, just so we have it on hand.
Yeah.
You can do that. I'm going to look at this thing. Let me see it.
Crack. Your back cracks and you get down and look at this this thing. So
Velian would probably assist as well.
yeah. Velian and Dazan are very curious because this is basically a relic that you pulled off of this ship, which is also a relic from Netherall, which they're all hot and bothered about.
Oh.
They truly are.
But
Minnie, do you speak Draconic?
I don't.
Okay. Well, then, Dazan and Velian will condescendingly tell you that the numbers here are written in Draconic in 0 to 50.
Sorry, I learned my husband's language. No live motherfuckers.
Draconic, really, if you really wanted to study magic and be actually proficient, you really should learn Draconic.
Ugh. I mean, it's a safe. No matter what language it's written in, most safes are all based off of the same idea. Yes.
They stare at you flatly
Touche.
and give you no response.
Sure. Okay. Can I try using like thieves' tools to try to like, do the thing in movies where they like put their ear up to it and like try to crack the code on it?
Yeah, for sure. Why don't you go ahead and give me a dexterity check using your thieves' tools, which would give you proficiency.
Guidance.
Ooh. Oh, well, let's see.
Minnie, are you assisting?
Plus that.
Sure.
Yeah, so
Can't
maybe you're
read, but,
holding it, listening, and trying to.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll
My
with advantage.
husband was an artificer. I helped.
I've seen some things made in my day. It's a simple tumbler
flashlight.
system. Just listen for 1, 2, 3, click. Yeah.
Minnie leans in and, like, for a second whispers, "We need to open this because I don't want these motherfuckers to be right about Draconic."
23.
Damn. Yeah. So you.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh.
I imagine as like Veronica's like getting to the last click, Inga's like, wait, and she's gonna cast find traps.
Oh, neat. That's nice. There are actually no traps on this,
Holy shit.
but good looking out. I figured putting
Okay, go ahead.
4 flame
Go
skulls
ahead.
was enough of a trap for But that was me. That was on me. There should have been a trap. So you spin the dial, click, 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 click. And with your thieves tool, that
Just
last
literally
pop.
hits the top of it.
And you hear a sound as dust and this seal, this totally airtight seal, is broken on this thing, and you can swing open the door. And inside this relatively large box, there's only one thing. It's like this leather sack just in a corner. And that's it. That's the only thing.
Is my detect magic no longer working?
I guess that fight would have happened pretty fast. I'll say it's still working. You can tell that this is absolutely the source of the magic as you were looking at it. This
Can I
bag
tell
is
what
magical.
Sort of magic?
Yeah, you can
What
tell
is
that
it?
it's, let's see. So it would be transmutation. Transmutation, I believe, would be the magical signature you read on it.
This, I relay that. There's some sort of transmutation magic on this.
How strange.
Cool, it's not gonna blow up. And Veronica will grab it and like toss it to Xena and then just start like piling in the like skull pieces into the safe.
Shove them all. Make sure you get them all. And that's
Right.
what Velian is like. You have to get all of them. All
Everyone.
the dust.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, all your eyes.
Scraping
make
them
sure.
up. Yeah.
Do some like my little like aberrations, just like slowly like clawing through the whole thing. Like,
Yeah,
looking for
scraping
tiny
with big
pieces, like-
fingernails. Oh, yes. Yes. Minnie, why don't you go ahead and give me an Arcana check as you're looking at this bag here. Oh, are you muted again?
No, you did do.
Yep.
Yes. So I was just doing math anyway. That's a 14 plus 8, so 22.
Damn. Okay. So this bag it looks a little bit different, a little bit fancier, perhaps, than what you're used to seeing. But you believe that this is a bag of holding, which is interesting. So these Netherese sort wizards from thousands of years ago with the same kind of bag of holding as what you have today.
Magic's magic. Like, why fix it if it ain't broken?
Yeah, some things have persisted even through thousands of years.
Well, this will never not be useful. So
Is there anything in it?
Yeah.
Perhaps?
I'll shove my hand in.
Oh yeah, and you make contact with a bunch of stones. You can feel the sharp edged of cut gems, and a ring.
And another flaming skull. No.
Yay!
Nothing in here. No, I'm just kidding.
My retirement fund.
By the way, like
Nope,
my
this is
grandchildren's college fund.
Just an empty, shitty bag. I guess I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll kind of like put it down and like pull out all the pieces on the floor so I can look and see what each individual one is.
Yeah. So you pull out of this bag 4 beautifully cut, large amethyst stones. Earn you about 100 gold pieces each, if I had to guess. And then the ring, you see as you pull it out of the bag, something kind of comes over you as you pick it up and you realize what you're holding. This carved black ice ring
Oh no.
Your size.
that you're holding full on in your hands that you pulled out of this bag. And it's looking at you and it's just so pretty the way it glints in the darkness, which doesn't really occur to you as being strange. And you see that this ring is carved with the face of a ram. So this is indeed a ring of the ram, which is a rare magic item that I am linking to you, made out of Shardolin. It's a real nice ring.
Oh, it's very pretty. But I think it'd be best to go in my purse with the other Shardolin accessories.
But it's so useful, though.
Minnie, what
Does
is
it do
what is
something?
that? What are you holding?
It's a beautiful but bad ring.
Minnie.
Do you remember in the big battle when my other magic thing exploded?
Do you remember the last time you got too much of this Shardolin in your system? Mm-hmm.
I do, and it's still in my fucking purse. I haven't done anything.
That's true.
Oh my gosh.
But it's so nice. If you read the stats, I linked it to you.
It is nice, but you've described Shardolin to us lots of times, and it never sounds good.
All right. You do whatever you want. But you have this in your bag. So that is what you find in the bag of holding.
So 4 gemstones and a ring.
Mm-hmm. That's what these ancient wizards were carrying with them.
I mean, clearly this Shardolin stuff's been around for a while. So if this ring that we found in a safe in a boat that was meant to fly, that's been here for thousands of years, yeah. Maybe you shouldn't put it all together because I'm waiting for it to combine into another dragon.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Put it in a different purse.
I keep my dragon in a different purse, darling. Like,
What's the other Shardolin thing we have?
It was all the stuff that not a Smurf Nevlin, what are they called?
Duergar.
Durgar.
the Durgar had
Grade wolves.
The guy that we
Oh.
fought, he was wearing all this stuff. Who made the crazy dragon thing. Yeah, Minnie's actually going to take her giant fucking grandma purse and put it inside the bag of holding because her back hurts.
purse in a purse in a purse, you say? Like,
My God.
Woo! I feel 60 again. We doing this?
Hell yeah.
Were we able to close the safe and spin it back?
Yeah, so you
Okay.
can close that and spin it back around, and you hear once again it seals, this airtight seal. I mean, you had to get a 23 to open this thing open. You feel pretty confident that skull creatures without hands are probably going to have a really hard time getting out of this box.
Veronica giggles, just imagining them all like reforming to one big skull and then trying to cast fireball inside the safe.
Yeah, I think Joe and Katie, you both had that idea. It was a very good idea. Both of you take a point of inspiration for that. That was awesome. Very clutch.
Brain and brawn.
There you go.
Combine. Hell yeah. So now what you are left with, you do see those two of the tunnels that led off this room were where those flame skulls came from. From your point now, there is a tunnel to the southwest, which seems like another of these narrow, very small tunnels. And then a tunnel moving to the south, which seems more substantial, a wider pathway.
You were saying that the them jittering skulls got treasure, right? Should we go? Let's go south. Maybe. South was one of the places they came from, right? Yeah.
No, they came from basically the west and the east.
Definitely south. No, I don't. Okay.
I didn't include
I'm not a good
those
listener.
in the options. I'll say real quick, you can look down from where they came from. There really isn't any treasure. They're just kind of these weird tunnel layers that these skulls were dormant in. Until somebody went around kicking their bones disrespectfully.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Valiant.
Xena, dear, would you like to say a few prayers for the fallen? Maybe, get their spirits and souls to calm down? Maybe?
I think we've already put their souls to rest.
To the most rest we can manage.
All right, everybody leave. Let's go.
Should we go south or north?
Was south, which is the wider, more friendly path, or southwest, which is a very narrow path that I'll say you quickly see will go down into an ice slide.
Wide path, please.
Yeah, let's take it easy on the wizards among us.
Okay. Yeah, so you make your way past the remains of this ship, and you come into a wider cavern here. Sparkling icicles as long as long swords cling to the 40-foot high roof of this cavern, the floor of which is strewn with frost-covered blocks of stone and a toppled pillar. Embedded in the east wall is a glittering stone tower that appears to have crashed through the ceiling long ago. The exposed wall is cracked and has a few small holes in it, but is otherwise intact. And you see, or you hear this orb once again, and Velian's hand goes, "Oh, that tower appears to be of Netherese construction. Were it not for the cracks and holes, the stone would be smooth as glass, shaped by wizardly magic." Rings echoes out so loudly into this cavern.
Magic.
Put it back in your pocket. Like
a mitten around that thing.
Well,
maybe
Velian's like,
muffle it.
well, it's useful information, I suppose.
Sure, but maybe not screaming.
Yeah, she
not
does.
if it summons anything else that we have to fight. We're gonna put it in a bag.
Yeah, she pulls a scarf from around her neck and wraps it, and the orb goes, whoa, well, that's not very nice. You hear it muffled through the layers of
It has
fabric.
a mouth, but it's like.
Does she not have like some headphones?
No
that she can
idea.
put in it? Like,
You did not
Magic
see a
is
mouth.
Crazy.
You did not see any kind of eyes. This is some crazy magic bullshit.
Always is.
Passive perception checks, please, gang.
Yeah.
18.
10.
13 for Gob.
Wow.
13.
Okay.
12.
So Inga would definitely be the only one who notices this. So this, on the eastern side, you see this tower that the orb was talking about and is shoved into this eastern wall. You can see that there are the collapsed remains of a door inside. And so there's a small space that's been eaten into the wall. And Inga, you see a pair of orange animal eyes in the dark that reflect as they are looking at you. And as you make contact with these eyes, this thing vanishes in a spray of silver mist. And you can see the mist moves and crawls up this stone structure and dissipates. You saw all of that happen in a flash. Nobody else noticed as they're arguing over the Professor Orb and trying to wrap it in scarves.
Oh, we are not alone again. I'm not sure if it is poised to attack. It just disappeared, but just so that you all are ready.
What'd you see?
It was like animal eyes that suddenly disappeared in flash of mist.
Arcana check.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Somebody got Ingo, you wanna throw
Guidance.
Thank you. All my
Maybe
party
we'll do
people.
Arcana too.
I'm gonna be better. I have friends guidance in my butt.
Not butt guidance. Oh no.
Oh, but
It's always butt guidance.
Wow.
Let's be honest.
Wow.
All right, so I got
I have
a
questions.
25 with the guidance.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wait, she got 14.
Animals that
I
can
got 5. What do you want?
animals that are creatures, because you don't animal eyes, things that can dissolve into mist. Maybe some elementals of the water persuasion, perhaps, if you're dealing with something ice. Something using Misty Step, the spell. Vampires can disappear into clouds of mist.
I'm gonna say all these things except for the vampires because I don't want to scare the kids.
Those would all be options.
What? We have basically a werewolf companion. Like what?
It's Twilight.
Basically-
basically
we're in
Twilight.
now.
Yeah.
Just nobody have a baby for him to fall in love with, and we'll all be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Good for you.
Technically, we'd be the other way around because Gob is my partner. So
Oh, but the imprinting
Bella?
werewolf thing. Oh my god. Who's Bella?
Mm.
No. We
No!
do not need to have this conversation.
Gob and I
Nobody's
are
Bella.
if Bella and Jacob ended up being together. Fuck Edward. Absolutely not.
I haven't seen that
Fucking
play. I don't
predatory
know.
asshole. Anyway,
So are there any other exits from this? It's kind of like a big circular room with the tower
Yeah, so you see
crashing down.
a lot of this space is taken up by this broken, collapsed pillar that kind of blocks your view here. But you can see that on the far eastern side is where that tunnel or that tower is taking up the wall. And it does look like you can actually move through it. So you could pick through the runes where you saw the glowing eyes and move into a chamber on the far side. You can see a tunnel passes through that shattered rune. Or you see an ice slide that goes down to the south.
You said that the tower was glittering. Is it just sparkly ice, or is it made out of something crazy?
Yeah, so as you're looking at it, and what Professor Scant said that in its day, this probably would have been a mirror sheen finish. So imagine the most futuristic mecha tower that you can, and if the chrome has been dented and damaged by scraping and falling, that's kind of what you're seeing in front of you.
I kind of want to squeeze through. Do we have any?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
there's a door.
Pretty
or we
fucking
could break
sweet.
the wall.
I ain't afraid of no
That's
misty
loud.
eyes. We can.
So is the orb of all-knowing stuff. What do you want?
We can't wrap a scarf around the whole wall, though. It's gonna be loud.
Yeah, do you
cute
want to
scarf though?
Do you want to kind of poke your head in to look into the entrance to this tower? Because the doors are
yes.
collapsed.
I mind being the guinea pig. Going
wait,
close to a little tiny hole or something.
Has it been an hour yet? Give or take.
since we got in?
No,
Well,
I don't
since
think.
after.
Oh,
Cool. Oh no, so because my aberration lasts for like an hour, so I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, I think it's
he can
still-
go. You just see like
Oh,
kinky clanky claws just like make his way like through. Don't die or get hurt. You'll be fine anyway.
Yeah, your aberration can bend down and look into the cracks, and it's not hard. It's just go kind of a duck and move in because the doors aren't fully intact, so it's basically just ducking into like a cave-like space before you get to the tunnel on the other side. And the aberration goes and it holds up its hands in a shrug gesture
is that good?
and looks back at you. I don't know. Do you
Well.
speak Abyssal?
I don't, but
It sounds like that. I imagine it sounds like slurping, burping, like spewing, disgusting black metal singer language. Is what I imagine Abyssal sounds like.
oh my
Cool.
god.
I like
Pig
it.
squealing, like that.
It just sounds like
big
death
squeal.
metal, but
Yeah.
instead of like it being loud, it's like actually
It's
like a normal
just a
octave
human
level.
volume. Yeah.
And so just like you're like,
And you're like, oh, okay.
Oh god,
okay,
this is
yeah,
terrible.
okay. Mm-hmm.
So it shrugs as it looks in the space and looks back at you. So it seems like I don't know. I don't see anything.
It summons.
Yeah.
Gobble.
I mean,
Stomp
it understands
on
the
over.
language that I speak, so I'm like, all right, cool. Everything's great. Yeah, perfect.
Gotta get in there, do a little rooting around.
Yeah. So you
Sniff.
peek in. Little remains of this tower besides its outer shell. The interior walls are decorated with shifting geometric patterns. A human skeleton in a white robe lies on the uneven floor. And you hear from Velian's hand, "Naturally, spellcasters will come to towers like this. One, to regain their spell magic more quickly, despite the extent of damage. I will venture to guess that this tower still works."
Should I desecrate this
Wonderful.
skeleton?
No, leave it alone. You know what happened the last time you did that.
Yeah. So
Please don't.
fair enough. I didn't hear any of that muffled nonsense. I'm sorry.
That's
Villian,
fair.
can you
I-
translate or like have him say it again, but just like up to your ears so like we know what's going on? Come on.
Sorry. So there's shifting patterns on the walls.
Mhm.
Skeleton in white robes, and no other real notable features.
No, other than that, you can see that there's also a hole that has been pierced through the eastern wall of this and
Oh.
leads into, so you could continue through the tower down an eastern passageway.
But yeah, there's a passage past a skeleton. Come on in. Come on.
Yeah, and Velian will say, I think he said it's very hard to hear him with the scarf wrapped around him. But I think
Megaphone.
he said that Nethery's spellcasters would use towers like this to regain magic more quickly. Something like that.
Is that still a thing that can be used at this point in time?
Well, I don't know. And she starts climbing in to look at the patterns on this wall.
Grab her hand, pull her up. Do
Yeah.
one at a time. Get everybody in.
Yeah, so you all file in to
Or if
this
you
tower.
want to, yeah.
It's incredible what you're seeing here. It's like everything, the inside of this tower is one of those holographic cards, you know, when you hold one way and it looks something else and then you shift it slightly and the image changes. That's how the geometric patterns look to your eye. And it's all around you, which might feel disturbing, you think, if you're like trapped in a big kaleidoscope, but for some reason it's not. For those of you who cast spells, you find it very calming, honestly, as you're looking at it. The patterns make sense, and something about them just puts you at ease and opens your mind in a way that you just feel so much more calm and like you could absorb information better. And perhaps if you were to spend time here, your spells might even recover more quickly than normal.
Like
Log this on a little map.
Mhm.
right, like a spellcaster spa vacation if you like ice baths instead of mud baths.
Yeah. So
This is where we will take short rest later.
By the skeleton.
oh yeah, there's a skeleton in a white robe lying
This
on the
place
floor.
creeps me out. I don't know about that.
Yeah, Gob's like, I don't get why y'all like this so much. All the wizards going, ah.
Oh, so good.
Villian and Dazan are like, oh wow, so nice.
Creep me out. Let's go.
I feel like Veronica's on the same like aspect since being like a warlock. Like, nah, get my magic from somewhere completely
Yeah,
different. Like,
I don't
this doesn't
know.
do
I have an
anything for me,
eldritch
like-
being beam in my magic. I don't really get
I'm
your
good.
whole thing.
Like,
But no, Xena and Minerva and Inga, you would all definitely feel the wow. This is so lovely.
It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin are just like,
Oh.
can we go soon? Like,
Let's go in the hole.
Can I,
Yeah,
like investigate this skelly boy?
absolutely. Make me for you, go ahead and make me a history check with advantage, archaeologist.
Okay.
Grand.
Somebody touch my butt.
Oh, that it.
I
don't
got
have
it.
the- I have no guidance.
All right. 15 plus history plus 8. So 22.
Damn. Okay. So as you are looking through, looking at this body, you immediately can tell that this white robe is in the same fashion as those people that you saw before on the ship in the outrageous golds and silvers, but this robe is cut in the same style but made of very simple patterns. You would associate this with probably a priest's robe, if you had to say. And the only interesting thing, really interesting, I suppose to you, would be this necklace that they're wearing, which you could probably identify as a holy symbol, and it's shaped like a 4-pointed star. And as you look at this occurs to you as being something very, very strange. This 4-pointed star has changed now in recent times to mean something very different. It's evolved into a symbol for Mistra, the symbol of magic. But the 4-pointed star, before Mistra, there was a god named Mistral, who was the first incarnation of Mistra, before the weave of magic was broken and reforged. Mistral was the goddess of magic. And that is the symbol you see on this priest's neck. So I have a little sidebar I can read about Mistral for some info. The history and the fate of the god Mistral are tied up in the story of Netherrealm's fall. Mistral was the original god of magic. She is said to have created the weave, which enables all spellcasting. And you would probably know that at some point a Netherese mage named Karsus sought to steal Mistral's godly power to prevent certain doom from befalling the material world. Mistral sacrificed herself to keep Karsus from achieving this goal. After her sacrifice, Mistral was reincarnated as Mistra and is now worshipped across Faerun. So that's like the ancient, long lore that you've probably just heard about in like ancient history classes, but never actually seen an artifact or a relic or any proof of this. So I think even just seeing this holy symbol is pretty incredible.
Yeah. Minnie is just gonna be relaying all this like almost word for word from a book that she read once upon a time. And just kind of like fangirling over it with the other wizards.
Yeah, and while the other wizards are interested, they take this more as a confirmation and don't seem particularly interested in the history of this place, but keep saying over and over again like, that means we must be close to the Netherrealm technology.
You guys are lame. This is cool as shit.
Yeah, you're like the science side of this, and they're like the treasure hunter side of the equation here.
Yeah. She's just gonna leave it be respectfully.
Yeah.
Looks like they've been here a long time and they can continue to be at this peaceful place.
For sure. So, you have this choice. Do you want to continue on through this eastern passageway or go out into the south?
I would have been interested in going through the hole that got punched through in the tower, right? Figure same vein-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do it.
Oh, and there is no symbol of this animal thing that dissolved into mist, by the way, inside this tower.
Comforting.
Nice. Huh?
Everyone be on your guard.
It's like when you see a spider and then you leave to go get a paper towel and then it comes
It's
back
gone,
and
you're like,
gone.
no.
gone.
It turns into mist.
That thing
And
is
then it turns
crawling
into mist.
right now.
Eats your soul. Hate that.
Hate it when that happens.
Hate that.
Mm-mm.
So, you continue on through this eastern passage, kind of making your way through the rubble and dust here. And as you do, you walk into a rubble-strewn cave.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, and this cave opens up, it's that same 15-foot high ceiling situation as before. You can see that there is a passageway to the north, to the east, and you can slide down a chute to the south.
They all seem
You'd be
pretty
wanting us to go
uniform.
down.
The one to the north and to the east seem pretty even in terms of like tunnel size. The one to the south, obviously, it's one of those big ice tubes again. So if you slide down, it'll be hard to come back.
Let's see. Who hasn't picked yet?
I vote north.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be here.
I love it. I just love it here. So yeah, you then you continue picking your way up towards the north, winding through this icy cavern, and you come into a flat, slightly canted slab of a cavern with a flat, slightly canted slab of stone rests in the center of this 20-foot high cave. One side of the stone is rough, as if the slab has been torn from a larger structure. The slab is 8 feet long, 4 feet wide, 4 feet high, and covered with frost. That's it. That's all in this cavern. There's no other way in or out. It's just this slab that has been sheared off of something else dropped into the middle of this cavern.
You look up, it's just closed on the top.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's like a coffin or anything. It looks like a piece of stone that was maybe ripped off of the bottom of a very tall column or plaque or something. Just covered in frost, so you're not sure. There might be something on its surface, but you can't really tell.
God would saunter on up, hands in pockets, and take a look and see if there's any scribblings on it or anything like that. Maybe a sword stuck in it.
Yeah, so you can see, this rime of Frost has built up over it, but it does look like if you scraped it away, it looks like there are words carved into the surface of this thing.
We could melt it away.
And say, like, anyone got any flame that we can use?
I have too many flames. When we were in that last battle, I was like, why do I have so many
All
fire spells? Yeah, I would like to delicately firebolt, kind of like graze the surface of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a big ass stone thing. Like
Yeah.
your firebolt isn't gonna hurt it. Yeah. So you go ahead and you clear it off here, and you hear from Velian's hand. Oh, that looks like news.
Get the thing off it.
Oh
Right,
my
it's
God.
like, come
Just
on.
take the fucking scarf off.
Right.
We'll fight shit as it comes.
Veronica is like staring at the way we came, like, I got it, it's fine.
So, yeah, Velian unwraps it, and the professor goes, as I was saying, well, that script looks like Netherese. Do any of you speak Laros?
Nether ease, okay.
The most multicultural dungeon I've ever been in.
Clearly.
No. I don't think any of us do.
I don't even know what that language is, dear.
Yeah, all of you're looking at the the letters, it's totally unfamiliar. You're looking at the just none of you speak ancient Lores. I will say.
Brain ball, can you translate?
Right.
Only if you promise not to wrap me up again.
I can't promise
Fine.
Only if you promise to keep your wonder to a minimum. We are having to fight our way through it here, so the less noise you make, the better, dear.
Well, I will make whatever amount of noise I need for science. That is why I am here. So, I shall translate this for you. This part, and there was more, of course, but it seems to have been ripped off from the base of something, but the only sentence I can make out in full on this slab in front of us is, take the free, self-guided tour of Ythrin. Press the eye to cast the spell.
The free guided tour.
Yes, that is what it says.
I, like EYE.
That is what it says. Yes.
I scan the room for eyes.
Do we require a tour? I thought we wished to go undetected.
Also, where are we touring? This is literally an empty cavern.
This is just a busted off piece of some old billboard or whatever.
Yeah, you look around the cavern, Minnie. It's just this slab in an ice cavern. There's nothing you don't see any iconography anywhere.
This has taught me that Minnie could never go to Disney with any of you guys. I would want to go to Epcot, and you guys would be like, Magic Kingdom.
I would go to Epcot with you. I fucking love that shit. I want all the stamps in my passport.
Tomorrowland, every day, all day. Mm-hmm.
All day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And the Haunted Mansion because spooky season. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Minnie is a little bit upset that there's no eye to press for a tour because she would really love that. But if there's nothing else in here, then we can move on.
Yeah, keep our eyes peeled.
So, do you want to continue back through the southern corridor?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that lands you once again back in this collapsed room where you can head to the east or you can head down the ice slide to the south. Which I will say the ice slide probably looks like it actually leads back into that initial southern chamber that you didn't want to go in.
The other one.
Yeah, the eastern?
Yes, eastern. All right. So you continue down this eastern passageway, and you see in the middle of this cavern, lying on its side, is this 20-foot high cave, is an enormous head made out of iron. Its eyes aglow with a golden light. And that golden light is the only thing you see as you turn into the darkness. And it's like, whoa, like this head is easily as large as the size of any room in like a house or an apartment. Wow. It's huge and lying on its side. And you can see, the mechanical eyes, the LEDs, the magic LEDs of this thing are still alight. But the body is completely missing from this thing.
Whoa.
What is that?
It's definitely not the strangest thing that we've encountered, but I'm still like,
Rainbow.
This feels like maybe it's strange. Maybe the strangest.
Yes. It appears to be an iron golem, but of an incredible size. I have never seen one reported or known of them to be of this size. How interesting. The ball says after you poke it.
I hate when my balls talk to me.
Yeah.
Are there any other exits out of here?
Yeah, you can see that there is a passageway that leads to the east.
Maybe if we don't disturb it, it'll continue to lay there without trying to attack us? Veronica's like waiting for it to catch fire and come after us, realistically.
need to,
'Cause who knows? Like,
punch it in the eye.
no,
Get a
Gob,
No,
leave it
you
alone.
didn't
Leave it
even
alone,
say
Gob.
hello.
Leave it
So
alone.
you see that the LED eyes blink and look at you.
Does it appear to be like a human face or a north?
So
Kitchen?
it's like if you
North.
were to imagine, an iron golem or like a statue so it's somewhere between like a metal helmet and a humanoid shaped
Oh,
face.
okay,
It doesn't have a
guard.
mouth. Yeah, it has like a big guard on its face. But the eyes definitely, you can tell there's some kind of intelligence there. They seem to be watching you all.
Oh, maybe-
Clearly, these things were used for protection at some point.
Yeah, I mean the head is on its side, like it's fallen. So maybe it had a body at one point, but it is long gone.
Ooh, Mr. Professor Brain, can you tell
Professor
him?
Scant is my name,
Can you
not Professor Brain.
can you speak the old language you were talking
La
about?
Rose? The
Yes,
ancient language of Netheril? Yes, it is one of 24 languages that I can speak.
Wow. Could you tell?
Would you like to hear all the other 23 languages that I...
Oh,
Oh,
sweet no.
God, you did it. You said it. Mm-hmm.
Could you shout out in that language, La Rose, that we're friendly, we come in peace, and we don't want to hurt nobody?
Yes,
Should I look at the party? Hmm?
I can certainly do that if you wish.
Go for it. Take a step back.
And you hear Professor Scant begins to speak this language, which it sounds very similar to Elven, for those of you who speak it when spoken, but even more, if you've heard High Elves speak, it's even more highbrow and beautiful and very artistic language.
Slightly condescending to everyone who's not a high elf. Like, oh yes, I believe. Like,
Well, and the professor finishes the sentence, and the head in front of you blinks once.
once for yes, twice for no.
And the professor says, "Well, I've done what you've asked. It doesn't seem to be able to speak. Perhaps because it does not have a mouth."
I want to mind link with it.
Interesting. Interesting.
Brain on scene.
Nassim.
Okay.
Big brain, go.
Give me,
Give her inspiration.
read me any limitations on this.
When you're using mind link to speak telepathically to a creature, you can use your action to give that creature the ability to speak telepathically with you for an hour
Okay.
or until you end this effect as an action. To use this ability, the creature must be able to see you and must be within 80 feet. And you can give this ability to only one creature at a time.
Hell yeah. I think
Perfect.
this
Link,
works
yeah.
fucking great. I think
Yeah.
this is Yeah, so you open up this communication to this creature, and you feel, I think you feel it in your mind what this is like. It's like if you were to walk into a long metal warehouse that just stretches out vastly, maybe like an airplane hangar, and there's nothing inside. It's that feeling of you just standing in this vacuous space surrounded by metal is the feeling of awareness you get when you connect to this thing's mind. Oh, are you muted?
You're muted.
Oh, what? No? Hello?
Oh,
Can you
there
hear
you
me?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so feeling this large space, she's just going to, with a very calm presence, try and welcome the creature into this connection. and say, "Hello, I am Xena. I am pleased to make your acquaintance, as are my friends. We are here, and we do not wish to cause you any harm or this place any harm."
It has been so long in the dark. So long. I thought I was going mad. Are you a figment of my imagination, little thing?
No, I am here with you. You're not alone.
I have been alone for so long, but for the things that creep and screech.
I'm so sorry. What brought you here? Can you recall?
I was guarding the city when it fell. When they all fell. Where is my body? I can't move. I cannot do my duty if I cannot move.
I haven't seen your body.
Will you help me find it? If you find it, will you tell me? I cannot do my duty unless I can move. I must check to make sure everyone is safe. Are they safe? Have you seen them?
I don't know what any of those signs of approval are supposed to mean. Everyone is giving me thumbs up and okays. I don't know
No,
how to
everyone's just being a mess right now because we're all real sad hearing this.
We
You know,
can't-
none of us are actually hearing this.
can't
Like,
hear
oh my God,
any
my
of it, right?
feelings.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, this poor child. Like,
You do
oh,
you. You do you.
fine.
His
it's fine.
civilization's only been dead for like 20,000 years. Yeah, everyone is okay, friend.
I need
What
to
is your
protect.
name? She asks.
I do not have a name. I am designation 00071347.
Well, what can I call you? What would you like me to call you?
007?
Okay.
Ooh, nice nickname.
007.
James Bond.
I will let you know if we come across your body, and we will do our very best to help you reunite with it. But I am very, very sorry to say that I haven't come across any other beings.
Oh. Then perhaps they fell somewhere else.
Perhaps.
I do not
We're-
know what caused us to fall. Suddenly we were floating, and then I was here. There is a gap in my memory. But no one has come by for repairs. I assume my memory was damaged, and I am faulty in some way. It feels like I've been here for such a long time. This is probably an error.
I'm sorry again to inform you that I believe a significant amount of time has passed. I'm not sure when you came here, but you are currently underground in a tundra in a land called Icewind Dale. And you have been here for a very long time.
I see. I do not know this place. I would like to leave as soon as possible, so if you find my body, please do return. So I may continue searching for those who might be still alive. I am bound to serve them for as long as I exist.
Okay, 007. Can you tell me if you've come across any creatures while you've been down here that we can be prepared to encounter while we search for your body?
Yes, the small lizard things that creep and crawl and skitter.
Okay. How have you managed to defend yourself against them? Or do they not approach you, being as powerful as you seem to be?
They do not bother me. They are small things, pitiable things, hungry things.
Okay. Thank you for your warning. And we will return if we find your body.
I shall wait, as I have done, for so long.
By the way, my name is Xena. I didn't give you my name, but it's a pleasure to meet you.
Xena, it is a pleasure to serve.
Well, hopefully I'll see you soon, 00.
I shall be here until I have a body, for I cannot move.
She like gives a weird bow wave. She's not
Yeah.
really sure how to exit, but she's like, goodbye, curtsy.
Tip the hat, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Zena, did it have much to say? Did you form a bond with it?
Clearly, it's been some time.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
It seems to be a creature of duty. It's here to protect this place and its residents, which are obviously no longer here. It did mention that it has been looking for its body, which I think it would be nice if we could reunite it with the rest of its body to fulfill its duty. But also, it did let me know that there are these lizard creatures that, I mean, to it is small, but I am also small to it. So I'm not quite sure what size to expect, but there are some hungry reptilian creatures here.
Damn.
Groundbreaking. Well,
Hats off to you, Zena. That's some good cleric.
some good cleric.
It is unusual, though, to consider a cold-blooded creature, if they are in fact cold-blooded, to be in such a harsh, cold environment as this.
Xena, my dear, you were literally just talking to a giant mechanical head that has been here for thousands of years.
It is likely they could be magical lizards. I don't know.
I mean, we did just shove a bunch of flaming skulls into a safe that we found in a ship that used to fly.
It's best not to think about it too long.
There's just a lot. You know, Icewell has always been kind of a strange place, but like this takes the cake.
Yeah.
Should we press on and keep an eye out for lizards?
And giant metal bodies?
Yeah, that too. It probably won't be too hard.
Difficult to find.
Too hard. The body of this thing must be fucking gigantic if the head is this size.
Hopefully the body's just not flailing around somewhere in here.
I don't think I can carry that back. That
Yeah,
might be
you
more.
definitely can't.
I'll help
That might be
them.
the limit. You
We're doing,
certainly
like-
could not pick up this head.
Morse code.
We can just say,
taps.
hey, we saw it over there.
What's it gonna
It's
do?
not
Roll towards its body?
Yeah, it
Come on.
The
can't
eyebrows,
fucking
yeah.
move.
The body could move, though. I mean,
Yeah.
shit.
Find out magic.
Man.
Some magic shit.
Magic,
All
always
right.
Someone-
easy.
Is someone keeping a map, by the way, of like, or at least like jotting down
Don't
like what
believe
directions
so.
that we are?
Nope,
No,
not even a little bit.
Well,
I
I
have-
had cartographer's tools, but
I
think
have
ditched them.
descriptions of rooms, but
I
not...
will make sure to give. I will trace where you have been without markers and give it to you for next time.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I will be the one to be like, cool, journal. Like, let's
Yeah.
mark
We got-
everything down. I was just like, is someone else doing this? Because I'm like, okay, we're started
I can
here.
get
we did
lost
here.
in a paper bag.
I have a
I'm-
mental math.
Fanning myself.
We
So
got
no.
like 3 wizards in the back that all have their spellbooks open all the time.
Yeah,
So
they're
And
fine.
none of them know what is going on at any given point in
Suzanne and
time.
Velian are obsessed with everything they are seeing so far and just copiously note taking. They have no fucks when it comes to
Okay.
like
Perfect.
danger or what's going on around them.
They're just fangirling really
Mm-hmm.
hard. Like, oh my god, we're being attacked by flaming skulls.
This
so
is
good.
a-
Let me write this
I
down.
mean,
We're like,
The Netherese culture is a big fucking deal. This is like if modern day scientists discovered Atlantis. Like that's
Yeah.
that's the level of holy shit that's going on right here.
Aliens.
All of us nerds that are with them, they're like, we don't care. We're just trying to
what do you-
survive.
Yeah,
It's
like
fine.
listen.
It's fine.
So
These guys are giving
And
me a
make
really bad
friends.
rap. I'm everybody keeps
Oh.
hating on the wizards, and I'm like, I'm cool.
they're cool. I mean, they're here to just fucking
really
learn, you know. So out of the head chamber, there is a passageway that continues east, or you could head back west the way you came.
East.
East.
fun.
East. All right. So, as you continue east down this long corridor, someone roll me a d6.
Can
I read the poem to get us in here. It's not me. Mm-mm.
Okay.
One.
I'm not responsible.
All right,
That's
Katie
right.
rolled a 1. So as you are heading down this chamber, down this long passageway, and things open up a little bit more here, you come into just some kind of naturally formed steps. So it's not as harsh as you've been in before, and the cavern opens up to another of these 15-foot tall caverns, and you all are very alarmed to see that there is a man here just wandering around the cavern like a human man. You see that his fingers have turned black with frostbite, and his mouth is agape in a silent scream as he wanders around this cavern. And he's clutching at walls, with these bare blackened hands that you see as they touch the face of these things. You can see them bend and snap and start to shatter that's how intense the frostbite is on his skin. And he is screaming. You can see it. His face is frozen in this mask of terror, but you can't hear anything as he wanders around and notices you standing there, reaches out one of these now cracked and fractured hands that is falling every time he touches something.
Reaching out to who?
To you all, just for help. A hand outwards.
Nope. Like,
This dude's dead, right?
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah.
There is
He's stumbling towards us.
Yeah,
nothing
he'll
I-
stumble. He's stumbling. He's moving towards you, just reaching out a hand.
Can I go over? Oh, I hate to do it. Well, I don't. Can I go over and just like sweep his legs, and get him to stop moving?
Yeah, you go and you see this glint of like hope in his eyes as you approach him. And he
me up,
continues
man.
though. Yeah, his expression is just twisted in this excruciating pain. And as you go to make contact with him to sweep the leg to get him down, he vanishes.
Oh shit!
A phantasm, a ghost, something not real, something conjured by this place. You all have that sense when something is watching you, that just feeling crawling up the back of your neck. And you all hear, and you're not sure if it's something you hear with your ears or you hear with your mind, but many, many hissing voices saying, "You should not be here." And that's where we're going to end our game for today.
Oh man.
Lizard time.
Totally
Maybe.
tripped that ghost.
Right. Just like, oh God, I'm in so much pain. Someone help me. God. Yeet.
I mean, Gob got through Arl's little test there, so
Oh,
Not
Gob
that
failed.
surprised.
Gob was one of
Oh,
the
you
only ones
did?
who failed. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
God,
Both Gob
Yeah.
and Velian failed. Veronica and Inga were the ones who passed.
bad bitches.
Yeah.
Don't want to pass that test.
Listen, I I grew up in the hood.
Listen, I've
I've
seen some shit. You
You
better than anyone knows the cruelty of living in Icewind Dale. But yeah, so we've made it about a 25% of the way through my dungeon. How do y'all feel?
25%.
Holy shit.
die. Like,
I mean,
Well, it felt
listen,
good
all
until
right.
that.
perish. Like,
Well, this brings up the question now is, are we going to be completionists or are we just going to try and get to the place?
no. There is no like achievement trophy for this.
I will-
Like, get to the place.
I will say the way that kind of the ice slides and stuff work, it is sort of like one of those mazes, right? Where you choose your directions and kind of get literally hit a bottom depending on where and how you go. So
Oh,
I
God.
love hitting bottom.
Lost Forest flashbacks.
yeah, Cookie Forest. Yay! Oh, this is so fun for me running you all through a dungeon I wrote. I love it.
It's fine.
Love
Yeah.
it. Cool. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining us, for sticking around for an extra long episode. We're going to be back in 2 weeks with another 3-hour special as we finish up this creepy dungeon. But before we say more words, let's go ahead and pull the winner of the dice giveaway. As a reminder, we are giving away this fabulous set of dice from RPG Dice, provided by Joe right here of RPG Dice. This beautiful sea glass set. So let's go ahead and pull that winner. Sage, do we have a winner?
It is Bavarian Interludes.
Woo! Bavarian
Ooh.
Interludes. Let us
Very
know
good
you
name.
are here. Give us a claim in the chat, and we'll watch out for that as that happens. But yeah, yay! Thank you all. How y'all doing? Dungeon. I feel like it's been a while since we played through a dungeon crawl.
Have we had a dungeon crawl at all for this campaign? Like maybe
we
the
kind
like
of went through that
Duragar.
fortress.
Rooms. I think.
Yeah, it was
oh yeah, the
like-
fortress. It was pretty brief though. This is like a
But that was
proper.
Yeah, this isn't.
This is a proper old school. That's why I was stoked when they gave me this chapter, because it was like a whole old school, like room to room treasure finding, monster stomping dungeon crawl. So
Yeah.
I mean, I
I'm-
dig that it's an ice dungeon.
is pretty
Exactly.
cool, yeah.
Because I hate just like boring
Fire dungeon.
ass in a cave. Like that's so boring to me, but this is pretty cool. Every room feels special.
hell yeah,
Yeah.
yay, hell yeah! Did we get a claim? It looks like Bavarian said something.
We did.
Yay!
Excellent.
Congratulations. So
Hope you
yes,
enjoy.
like I said, congratulations. We'll be back in 2 weeks with that extra long, so 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern to midnight Eastern. Shit, I think that's the thing.
That's
Something like
correct. You did it.
Yeah, and then of course, if you like what we do here, we would love if you would come and check out the normal Venture Maidens main campaign that happens on the off weeks from Rime the Frostmaiden. We are going to be back on Wednesday with episode 6. Things are very cool. We just got a very fun mobile home situation.
Excited.
And things are popping off there. So, and of course, if you like what we do, please do consider following us on social media everywhere at Venture Maidens. Like, subscribe, follow our channel, give us a follow, a sub on Twitch if you enjoy this. And yeah, you all are great. You all rock. I have been your dungeon master, Celeste Konowich.
I have been your barbarian beast boy, Gobbler,
Beast boy.
played by Joe.
I'm Katie, and I've been playing Minerva Tinkabobble, your human wizard.
And I'm Nassim. I was Xena Orendi, your zen as fuck Alistar cleric.
Super zen. And I am Sage, and I have been your druid, Inga Selenin.
Yeah.
And I'm Vincent, your weird aberration summoning with long fingernails.
Long nails. Clicky
Long nails.
clacky.
Mhm,
Your
it's
eldritch
like-
whore.
Eldritch sass. Like all day, every day. Oh, I'm Vincent. You know me. It's
Yes, you all rock. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you like this, don't forget we are uploading episodes of this now to our Patreon. So if you donate at just $1 a month, you can get all the cleaned up audio versions of this. Listen to it as a podcast when you're doing dishes, driving to work, whatever. So that's pretty neat. I think that's all the business. I covered it. So, you know what? I'm excited. I can't wait till next time when we dive back into this horrible dungeon and the ball really drops. Until then, everybody,
Stay
frosty.
frosty.
Stay frosty, everybody. We did it. All right, goodbye.
That was